Hello, everybody, and I see we have some raiders. So hi, Zenny Cat. Yes, in time for the start of things. All right, good timing on your part. Excellent. Oh, I was gonna move the chair. I'll do that in a second. I'll see if the chair magically moves. Hooray! Thank you, honey. Just in case a Casper comes around as well. So we have one cat over on the cat cam today. So I'm very happy about that. She has been not on my desk during streaming time for the last few weeks, so pretty exciting that we've actually got her presence with us today. They've been running around being silly, the cats have. I have two cats, for those of you who are new to here or haven't heard this before. So yeah, so that's Cato, over here sleeping on her little bed on my desk, and then Casper. Hi, you want to say hi? Yes, you are a sweet boy. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness, look at those scritches you want. So this is Casper over here. He's about, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 times her size. He's a big boy. He's just big boned. So yeah, so we have the two cats, and we got them from a shelter a few years ago. They are, oh, I've got to turn my calendar. My calendar still says January. Their birthdays we know are in May, so we've got a little while before their next birthday comes up. But so currently she is 9, and Casper, which on your screen is the opposite direction, is 7. Yeah, because we got them when they were 8 and 6. So there we go. Sandy says, I just wanted to pop in before I have to leave, packing boxes, getting ready for my move. Oh, awesome. Got to run to donation place and recycling center. Oh, I got to catch up on that news. Maybe put something in the Discord, because I've lost track of what's happening there. So yeah, Aaron Bard says, good luck with the move. Yes, good luck from all of us, I'm sure. So I just, so I was running around turning lights on. It got darker here all of a sudden, a lot faster than I was expecting. So sorry about my pause on getting in to do the stream. And what else? Oh, and then B4 has just mentioned that he will not be streaming today. So it's just me, no plugging along after me today. But yes, as he points out in the chat, sunset here is about 17:33, which is right now. So yes, so I am in Europe. I'm in the Netherlands. I'm from the United States, but I live in the Netherlands now, and with these lovely kitties we live with. Yeah. Oh, all right. So Just Right's going to leave this running so the kitties have company. Have a fun stream. Well, thanks. Hello to your kitties. So that's awesome. Yes, I love all the pictures of everybody's cats as they post in places and things. It's awesome. Okay, so hello, I'm Little Redhead, and this is my stream called Heart of a Hobbit, wherein I generally play a Hobbit, and I kind of am a Hobbit. So it works out pretty well. And I often do a lot of the kind of like side stuff, like the festivals and the other more social oriented types of things. Although we don't do any of the concerts on stream though. I don't stream those because this is the official Lotro channel, and so they would get dinged for any music that was like licensed music that we were playing here. So we don't do that. We only play Lotro music here. But yes, so I do pretty much all the other things though. So we do a lot of festivals and chasing around bingo boffin, things like that. So right now, every 3 months now, they have this legendary item reward track in Lotro. And what this does is anytime you do a quest or any other thing that would earn you legendary item experience, instead of it going to your legendary items, which you have on your character. So for example, oh, yeah, I know, right? What was that noise? Yeah, no worries. You sleepy girl. You go back to sleep. You're fine. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Okay, so so like for example, this is my legendary bow. And so I have a bunch of stuff on there. It's a whole new legendary system. So if you are returning to the game after having played the previous version with the legendary item system, it's a whole different way. I think it's more streamlined. I like it more. The previous version, I never could get my head around it. This version seems much more straightforward to me, so I do like this way of doing the legendary items. Oh, and what it means is though I now have these 2 legendary items, and they are with me for the rest of my character's life. I don't swap them in and out every 10 levels for something new or anything like that. Okay, so but in the game you had quests that would give you legendary item experience. Well, they no longer level up with experience, they level up with your character basically, and then every 5 levels you'll want to go and reforge them. And I've reforged mine already, so it's okay. So Egg Arthur says it'd be great if they would just rename this reward track experience or something like that. Yeah, I know, right? So then we wouldn't have to explain this every time. But so as it is, yeah, anytime you do a quest that would award you legendary item reward experience, legendary item experience, and instead goes to this reward track. And they run this every 3 months, and the current track ends in 7 days. So we have 1 week left to get in here, earn anything that I haven't earned already, and then get it claimed. So it starts at 1, and I've already claimed a handful of these, and then it goes all the way, let me scroll over, all the way to 100. If I can get to 100, I can get the legendary coffer of the red painted skeleton mount. So that would be kind of fun. It'd be kind of fun to have. I am currently in box number 76. So we've been doing some delvings because we are max level characters for the server. So that means delvings are open to us. We have been doing those, but the experience on that hasn't been fantastic. It just gets you a little bit. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So instead, we are doing on-level questing, because those quests do also give you legendary item reward experience. And so for example, I am working on this placing posters in the lower ward. Now it doesn't tell me how much experience it's going to give me, but it does say I get legendary item experience. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for quests that are going to give me this stuff, and pretty much every quest does. Once you've gotten your legendary items, pretty much every quest you do from then on forward is going to give you that LI experience. So, and the most you can get, experience-wise, is to do a quest on your level or higher. Well, I'm max level for the server, so basically, if I could do stuff on level, that's ideal. There are no festivals going on right now, so I have no quests I can do with the festivals. Hello, Effadil! So that's where I'm at. Let's see. Yeah, and B4 says, since you only get it once you get your legendary items, yeah, you can kind of see why they've been slow to rename. And plus, they'd have to rename across the entire thing. Because, like, if they left all of these quests saying legendary item experience, they'd have to rename them to reward track experience. Which, I mean, I'd be down for, but whatever. I get it. It's not like a high priority. Like, there's other things that are higher priority. I get it. Yeah, B4 points out that delvings have been very helpful in skilling up our prospecting, which is hilarious. Yes, and Aaron Bard points out that missions also give LI experience, but I think the most experience you get is from on-level questing. I think it provides more than the missions, because we've been doing delvings, which are missions, and it hasn't been as high as we had hoped. We did it over on Treebeard originally, and I think because Treebeard's level is not the same as the rest of the server's level, it did it differently, and we were getting a really good return on our investment of time. But here it hasn't been quite so good. Okay, so yes, so for those of you who have not been out in Umbar, this is what Umbar looks like. So we are currently in a place called the Waterway Market. We are in this part of this area. So this area, Umbar Baharbel, the city of the Corsairs, is kind of a new area. This is the newest area. The Umbar is the newest stuff, and with King's Gondor also, there's a whole thing. Anyway, so this is new to me, and we've been spending some time wandering around here. We've been out to the Shield Isles, actually. We did some questing out there. But let me show you we're down here. So this is the Bay of Belfalas. There's the Shield Isles that I was just pointing out there, and here's Umbar Barhabel. Here's Umbar itself. We're by Near Harad, Far Harad. There's Gondor up that way. So we are down here next to the cat in the world. So we're really far away from where I started, way back over in the Shire. And I'm still getting my head around how to find things here and how to get around, how to navigate, those sorts of things. So I will do my best to explain where we are, but I am a little bit in the fog myself. But the colors are beautiful, so that's neat. So yeah, and the music, as Pomelo points out, the music is lovely. Yeah, the music here is fantastic. The colors are amazing. So far, the storylines we've run across, we've enjoyed for the most part. Yeah, it's so basically storyline-wise, it's after the whole thing with throwing the ring in Mount Doom has happened, and so what? Yeah, spoilers. Oh, sorry, 50-year-old spoilers. And so it's the time when Aragorn is king, but he's trying to figure out how to rule, what needs to be dealt with, how's everybody doing. There's some power vacuums, so there's people who are taking advantage of that. There's other people who are trying to fill in with prosperity and making things work better. So that's a lot of what we're running into here. There's people who are like, hey, I see business opportunities, let me see what I can do. There's other people who are like, ooh, I see business opportunities, let me take advantage of people. There's some people who are like, haha, now I'm the big bad here and I'm gonna beat up everybody. And there's people who are like, oh no, can you go take care of this big bad who's beating up everybody? So it's those kinds of quests that we're doing. And some of them are interesting. Like there was one guy, there was graffiti happening on the walls, and he was like, man, this is annoying. Like, we've just got our place back, we're trying to make it nice, and people keep wanting to like deface things. Can you like help me clean up the graffiti? So it's a really interesting set of quests. Yes, our kitty cat. Oh, is she breathing? Oh, nice. Apparently on the stream, oh yeah, I could just see the pixels changing. So like in this area here, you can see her go, yes, Arabani, a hobbit in the fog. And see, Aaronbard was asking, does the track get harder to fill toward the 100 level? And yeah, B4 points out that yes, the higher the boxes, the level is on the higher the level of the box on the reward track, it seems like it takes longer to fill it. I don't know. He says yes. Oh, everybody says we have a nice children's story here called Hedgehog in the Fog. So I'm a hedgehog in the fog. Okay, so yeah, so we've done a little bit of questing in this space already, and so we thought we'd run around here some more. I'm going to actually open my Hobbit present because they're still doing the Yule presents, even though it ended like a month ago. So there's still a chance to get a Yule present. Well, I got some copper scraps. Okay, that's all right. I've actually kind of gotten a lot of Yule presents at this point. Like, there's a silver gift of Yule's Past, and then let me open my shared storage. Over in my housing. Oh, where'd they all go? There's another silver gift of Yule's Past. There's a gold wintry sconce. Oh yeah, here's another one. Pet cinnamon donkey. I'm just gonna throw that in here. Another pet cinnamon donkey, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with two. I have to decide if I'm gonna have one for Admantia and one for Rose, or if I'm just gonna be like, no worry about it, and like neither of them get it, or one of them gets it and the other one would just like, because you can deconstruct it. You can give it back to a vendor and they'll give you some coins for it. That's what I might do. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Trying to think if I have any others handy here. I think that's it. Oh, and that's another housing item. My storage, my bags were really bad the other day before we sat down together and helped. Oh my gosh, there's a tree there. Oh, there's a white Wittebomherder. There you go. Was that from the Ill Omens event? Was that? Did that come from somewhere else? I don't remember. Cool. Very cool. Okay, so... okay, so B4 points out that a level 57 character completing level 57 quests seems to have the same proportional legendary item experience as a level 150 completing 150 quests. So it's not, yeah, so it's not absolute values. So that's something I've done before where I'll keep like a lower level character, like a, you know, level 55 character or something like that, to then nom up those, you know, those legendary item pucks that you can get, these decorated, these heritage runes, and they come in different amounts. So if I, as this level 150 character, were to consume this and it gives me 31,000 item experience points, it would apply 31,000 points, but it would do it at my level. I know that sounds weird. 31,000 to me is like this. 31,000 to a lower level character is like this. There you go. That's the biggest difference. Hey, Mandalay, you can chat. Welcome to the chat, Mandalay. Okay, so I know some of you, like Aaron Bard, were concerned about spoilers out here. What I'll tell you is if you aren't anywhere near coming out here, I wouldn't worry too much about spoilers, because by the time you get here, you might have forgotten everything I've done anyway. So you're welcome to stick around. Okay, so I think, though, it's probably about time that we go look at some things. Shall we go find some people and do some things? Yeah, all right. So, and that's another thing, though, now that I think about it, is we could, like, use these characters to go earn those pucks through things like the Moria stuff. Because there's places in Moria where you can earn those heritage runes. And then I could have another character, which I don't know if I have one that low, but who has their legendaries. Because her sister Adamantia is lower. She's like level 95. So it would make more progress than her. But anyway. Okay, yeah, we could try switching to some alts after this and see if it's faster. Yeah, that could be a way to do it. Because that's the whole point right now, is I'm trying to earn legendary item experience for that track. Because I want to see if I can get her that pony. It's not like, I'm not desperate for it, so if I don't get it, like, I'll be kind of bummed that I had the opportunity and I didn't fulfill it, but I'm okay, because I probably won't ever use that pony except for like a week in the year. Yeah, LIXP track says nay. Nay is also the word for no in Dutch, where we, because we speak Dutch here in the Netherlands. Okay, so, oh, we're jumping off bridges. Okay. We're trying to figure out where these quest rings are. Oh, you're lost. Okay. Yeah, we should have a ring in front of us somewhere. We're just going to run through the market. Excuse us, pardon us, excuse us. I think it's this way. Yeah. You found it? Okay. Yeah, usually B4 is better at finding things than me. Ah, we're posting notices on the wall. I forgot why. A scathing notice about a certain Corsair. That's right. That's right. Somebody's mad and they want to ruin this guy's reputation. Say, haha. Oh, hey, there's a ring. All right. Hey, Jadalo. Whoa. Wall of text. Oh, there's a character. He was on a ship, and he apparently is named the Ballast, and he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't very useful. He was on the ship for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and it was like the best time of his life. And he's like, and then they kicked me off, and I don't know why, and I need help. And now we're here talking to the captain. He's like, he was terrible. He brought his ill fortune and bad luck. He tied the wrong knots. Oh dear, oh dear. I've never seen someone less suited to shipboard life, so I sent him away. But we did not mean to hurt his feelings. Aw. So they're going to pass the hat and help him find a new life. And try to keep him as far from their ship as can managed. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so yes, I'm ready. Sorry, I'm chugging over here on my drink. I like ginger ale. Hey, the ballast shipmate. Uh-oh, he runs away. Oh, good, he gave me some coins as he wandered off. Okay, so good to know. If you're doing some of these quests, we've discovered, like in other parts of the world, in Lotor also, that sometimes you click on somebody and they 2, 1, click, and they wander off. So, so we try to count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Cool. All right. You can use the same one over and over. Oh, how funny. I'm at 5. Oh yeah, I'm done. Cool. That was great. He's invisible, but I'm done. Bring the coins to the ballast. Where'd he go? So the ballast is like something really heavy and useless, is what it says. Past that, we're like, shake down one crew person. We didn't shake him down. He was just really super generous. That's kind of how I look at it. He's like, that guy, here, take all my coins. I will happily help him start a new life and keep him away from the boat where he did so much. He wasn't very good. Poor guy. Poor guy, because the guy, the ballast, he was so like, oh, he was so happy about that. Oh, we met these guys. We already did their quest, but there's a guy fishing here, and there's a guy fishing on the other side. And you can ride your mount around to the other side, but you can also swim across. And so we kind of timed it. Like, I swam and she ran on a mount. And it was about the same. So it's fun, because that way you have, like, flexibility. You can do what you like. All right, should we... Let's see, where is the ballast? Pamela says, I want their tunics. I know, right? There are some really awesome looking cosmetic items out here. I do hope that we get more of them over time. I haven't, in the questing, I haven't really paid attention to if we've gotten any equipment. I don't think we've gotten much by way of equipment now I think about it. But I do hope that maybe we'll get, like, yeah, stuff that looks maybe like their stuff. That'd be kind of fun. Well, they did with the... when you got the expansion, if you bought the expansion, if you got like the bigger sections, you've got some cosmetics. Oh, here he is. Hey, buddy. Let's see if we can help you out. They raised these coins for me. His eyes water with grateful tears. I told you they were like family to me. Ballast, they said to me, we have never had a voyage like this before. They were being honest. It's time to set a new course, though. I will go to the Swain's Guild Hall in the Lower Ward. I understand that is where some of the caravans across the desert depart, and that is the new profession I've chosen for myself. I will see you there. All right. Well, neat. He's going to go destroy caravans. Cool. Or maybe he'll be good at it. You know, maybe if he's, like, getting everything wrong, maybe being in the desert is a good place to get things wrong. Yeah, well... I hope he's a recurring character, though, because I find him interesting now. Here's a notice. Come back to me. Post a scathing notice about a certain corsair. Well, it was sparkly, you know. Hard to miss the sparkly things. Like this kitty cat. Oh, yes, you're so cute. Oh, yes, you are. I've gotten her to the point where I can pet her while she's sleeping and she doesn't wake up. Like, she just kind of she chitters at me and that's about it. Huh. There's a guild hall there, but we can't go in. Let me in, let me in. Okay. Let us out, yeah. So yeah, again, I'm still a little, like, turned around on how to get around this place, but I love the look of it. Like, look at this tiling here, this mosaic stuff going on. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, I wonder if there's some housing stuff that has that. That would not surprise me. I know that, like, Deco de Miu posted all the... Oh, we're in combat with these gut rats. The gut is a place. I mean, not just for biomes in your body. But here in this area, it's called the gut because, like, they drop things. I can't remember. They told us why. I can't remember why. Okay. So Aaron Bard said the ballast is the rocks and other useless material put in the bottom of a ship to keep it from tipping over. Yeah. So that's why they gave that guy that nickname, because it was just like... He was really bad for them. He was not an ideal shipmate for being a successful sailor. Let's see, how many more of these? Oh, you know what? I don't need to have that on. Hold on a second. Let me remove complete missions. I don't need to remove that. I don't need to have that on. Okay, and roving threats. No, we don't need to be paying attention to that. Okay. Oh, got another gut rat. So yes, Pamela says, Umbar is very beautiful. I want to go again. Yeah, right? I may end up having to make multiple characters just to come out, or, you know what, I could, well, no, I was going to say I could bring Adamantia out here. I'm not bringing Adamantia out here. So Adamantia is my other character that I have played most of the time on this server. She's also a Hobbit. She's adorable and stuff, but she's a burglar, and I am terrible. I got the mead, thank you. Here's another one, and a notice, and a sneak. Goodness, we're just all full of stuff here. Oh, thanks. Oops, so I shot somebody else instead. Sorry. It's a hunter thing. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm really bad at playing a burglar. I just don't know how to do it. So questing with Adamantia just is not a good plan for me. She is my ballast when it comes to questing. So yeah. But I could do that. I could festivals with her. That's okay. I wonder if I should stop her on getting experience. Anyway, okay, so Naja is a new quest. I feel like we've talked to this person before. I don't know. All right, there are 2 storehouses, one in the south and one in the west, full of supplies. How many rations do the guards of the Citadel require? Not as many as they keep for themselves, I can tell you that. My friend says there is a surplus at each of these houses of crates and chests that are even kept outside, and they wouldn't miss those if you take my meaning. Bring some of these surplus supplies, and I'll see they're given to the people who really need them here in the lower ward. They do no good for anyone if they simply take up space within the fleet fast. Remember, there are storehouses both to the south and to the west of Stuna, the great dock of the ships in the water center. You should retrieve surplus goods from both. Okay. So should we remind again that we're in the south and the west? Don't go to just one. Make sure you go to both. Let's see. So Lishakali Games says, I'm back from a long break from Lotro. Restart an Evernight as a Hobbit lore master. Awesome. Yeah, I did start a Hobbit lore master. I haven't played her very much, but I just thought, I mean, how fun is that, right? I also have a Mariner. I haven't played her much either, and I don't know that I have, is she on this server? She might be on this server. Every so often I start a new character on this server, but then I don't play because I end up just playing my normal characters, because, you know how that goes. Yes. So, well, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying. We got lost again. It's okay. It's a big city, you know. Yes, and Pamela says that is a fun combo. I hope you enjoy it immensely, the Hobbit Lore Master. So, and before this, can't help but read gut as in good in German. It's the good. I think the implication it's not. Yeah. Yes, Arabani says, Umbar reminds me of the Arabic part of Spain, a mixture of styles. Oh, you know what? We haven't been to Spain yet. Go check out some parts of Spain. That'd be cool. Yes. Oh gosh, Pamela says, take some of us when you're on Ada so we can protect you, like in Chicken Play. Right? No kidding. I would need just a horde of people to protect her, because she's so, like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to do with her. I know how to throw a knife, and I will tell you that that is not enough to make it through a combat. It's enough to start a combat. I'm way more effective as a hunter. Yeah. I'm just thinking, though, I wonder if I should, like, cap Adamantia's experience gain. Oh, there's a cask over here, too. But she's at, like, level 95, but So still kind of high. But I could still then use her to nom some of those runes. I saw another cask over this way too. It was blinking in the distance. Let's see if there's any bad guts around. Goot. The bad goot. Hey, not anymore. Okay. Oh, and there's another cask. Yay. Kina's guard. Kina. Do right by the child. Talk to Kina in the gut. Oh, hey. We're supposed to talk to this child. Hi. How's it going? Hey, don't touch me. What? I can't remember why we're here. Something about... Yeah, no, I don't remember. But we're defeating the guards. It says so. Kina has run away... Oh. Okay, hang on. Show history. We're going to look at that. Let's see. Kina is convinced himself that he will one day rule the Corsairs and even the city. I cannot reach him. This is the mom. I'm accused of not being supportive and pushing him away. For sure, this is the mom. But I know for a fact these Corsairs do not care for Kina. They use him as a slave with the promise of space on one of the boats and a share of the spoils. I've seen how they treat him. Will you please help me get through them? Okay, so yeah, so the mom was convinced that the child was romanticizing the life of a Corsair and may travel down a path she cannot follow. So we were to go and basically rescue this guy. And this is Ika.
Do you have need of
Do you believe folks should be safe from villains? It is true that the people who dwell in the lower ward do not have much wealth, as much wealth as the nobles who dwell across the city in upper ward, but what they have is no less precious to them. For it to be stolen, it is a grievous crime to do such a thing. But that is just what the villains who lurk in and around the gut have done. If you'll find these ruffians and retrieve from them the shiny baubles, they have stolen my family, and my friends will not forget it. Okay. Skagosi, hello, says good evening, Red, B4, and Cat. Yes. Actually, I guess I could name it because it is Cato. But that's just adding an O. It doesn't really, yeah. If it doesn't, it would probably just look like I've misspelled the word cat. Or I was trying to say gato. But literally, that is the name that she came with. And our Dutch friends seem to pronounce it Cato and not Cato, as I think I probably did when we first got her. Now Casper, that's a little easier. Although I think they even give him a slightly more Dutch pronunciation, more like Casper or something like that. But we just call him Casper. He seems to know who he is, especially when you give him treats. Speaking of, I was just looking around for him. I don't see him. Usually he's sleeping somewhere. Oh, I only have 6 out of 8 baubles. Need to take out some more of these ruffians. Now it's 7. What do you think? Yeah. I was thinking that too. I do have an elf, I think, on this server. I mean, I know I have an elf on this server. I think she may have her legendary items. I'll have to double check. Oh, Shazat stands outside the guild hall, but he looks despondent. Aw, the ballast. What's the matter, guy? You're not going to believe this, but as I made my way here, I was accosted by ruffians, and they stole the coins given to me by my former shipmates. What? The ruffians apparently make their home in a place called the Gut. Yeah, do you know where that is? I do. And do you think you might retrieve the money for me? I mean, I think we could do that. It would be a shame for the hopes of Captain and his crew to be dashed in this fashion. What will they think of their ballast then? Is it possible for one man to be so unfortunate? Yes, Pamela says take some. Oh yeah, take us. I thought you were saying take us to Spain with you, which that'd be fun too. So Arabani says Grenada in particular is what this kind of reminds you of. I'll have to remember. I'll try to remember that. We're always looking for ideas on places to go, and I'm still like waffling on how long to be gone though, because I do like being home with the cats because they're cute. And they make me happy. Hey, Oh, Ikaz here.
Might you spare a moment?
So, I know these baubles are not of any real value. Most of them are painted glass, but they belong to my friends and my neighbors and my family. Yeah, baby. And in the lower wards, even such things can bring happiness. I hope to do just that when I return these things to their owners. Thank you for retrieving them, my friend. They are only baubles, but they ought not to be stolen. That's fair. I can work with that, absolutely. Okay, so let's see. Now what? Oh, we're still retrieving coins. Right. Rightio. Does this guy got coins? He might, but he won't let us touch them. Okay. Yes, the cat woke up for a second there. She did. She's pretty good at going back to sleep. Man, when she's out sometimes, like, she is zonked. It's funny watching these two, how they are. When they first came to us, they were a bit more nervous about things. I think I'm being shot at. Hey, you. Stop shooting at me. Put a trap under your feet. Just because, you know, why not? Oh, there's two of them now. Goodness. Alright, well, we're going to try and take care of that. Stop shooting. Thanks for the bubble. I do like running around with the healer. Let's see. Oh, and Mubot mentioned that the Gondor Renewed soundtrack is available over on YouTube now if you want to listen to it for free. So that's nice. Pomela says, my experience with burglars, you kind of have to think about it before you engage, right? And I can't, and I never reached very high level with that class. Yeah, I like to be able to just, like, I'm in the middle of not paying attention, all of a sudden I can start pushing buttons. That makes me happy. So yeah, I think that's why, what's the other one? Is it Warden? Where you kind of have to, like, do a sequence of things. Yeah, and Burglar's kind of similar in that regard. So those just, I don't think will be classes that I really do well with. Now, I might do all right with the Mariner, because I think you can just kind of button mash with that a little bit, too. All right, he says, you retrieved my coins. I'm so grateful, my friend. Now my new life can begin. I do not understand how such things can keep happening to me, but I am ready to join one of the caravans and see what adventures await me across the sands. It will be a new beginning for the ballast, and I have you and my good crewmates to thank for it. Do you think we should warn somebody? He goes into the guild hall, and you wonder if caravans have ballast. Lifting the ballast, that's the name of that quest, which is kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, Pomela says the way that Cato sleeps reminds me of a poem I read long ago, and in the poem the writer describes their friend's cat curled up their couch and says, kitties that sleep like little donuts. Yes. I know, right? She does make this lovely little circle. You know, she's all donuted up. It's very cute. That's a good point. B4 points out that there's a laser printer. Oh, look at you being so cute. Yes, you are. Oh, my goodness. You're just a cutie guy. You're a cute little girl. Yes, you are. See, look at that. She lets me pet. And I'm going to scratch the underside of her arm a little bit now. Which is awesome. Love that. Yeah. Oh, sweeties. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thanks for that. And she does like having her belly scratched. You know, look at her little paws going. Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. So, anyway, yeah, there's a laser printer, like, right there. Just off screen. Yes, just off screen. Yes, it is. And it used to freak her out when it would come on. But now she sleeps right through it because she's gotten used to it. Yes, quality cat content. That's right. That's what everybody's here for. That's right. Everybody's going to come here just for you, baby. You're so cute. Because you are so cute. I know, I'm giving you way too much attention. Okay, I'll let you sleep. Sorry, baby. Yeah, Pomela says, always take a mini with you. I appreciate that B4 enjoys playing a mini and does it very well. Okay, so do right by the child. Oh, my Kina, how could you? I hope you're all right. I did not think it would be so dangerous to speak to my child. This is far more serious than I could have imagined, says the mother. She says, this has to end here. I fear for my child's life. If he continues down this path, there's only death in his future, and an early one. Could you please help convince the captain of Kina's crew to let him go? That's the only way. They may even respect this approach more. If Kina will listen to anyone, it's his captain. The captain makes the deepest part of the gut his home in the southeast end of the lower ward. Okay, all right. Yeah, before I was saying, says, and Pamela, I was thinking, always take a hunter with you. It makes for a good pairing, because I can take us anywhere. I can zoom us all around. And Aphrodite keeps me alive, so it's great. So this is a story quest line that I don't exactly know what's going on here. But this is the guy who wanted us to post those signs about diminishing this other guy's reputation. I don't know what's their history. I have a feeling it's something that comes out of some previous stuff that we didn't do. So, but he says tongue should start flapping. Whether or not it is believable should not matter. There exists within Umbar a healthy smattering of different allegiances, so now we wait for it to spread like a contagion.
Now that the rumors are spreading.
So he says, now that the rumors are spreading, it's time to sow the seed of discord. As I learned in Anphalas, Kashop is prone to making mistakes when under duress. So, after some digging around and bribing the right people, I was able to learn that Kashop does in fact have some rivals in the city, a rival Corsair group that, while not enthusiastic about snitching on a fellow, would have no choice but to respond to acts of aggression. So, this group routines the gut, a part of the lower ward that is ill-hospitable to outsiders. I have fashioned these sashes in the likeness of Kashop's unique design. Let's just say leaving it behind after roughing up a few of their number would work wonders toward turning their ilk against them. I don't know what. Is this a good thing? Okay, but I'm neutral to the citizens of Umbar now, so that's nice. We're gonna clear that out. It must be gut. Gut. Oh yes, it is gut. It is gut. Oh yeah, sorry, which ones? Okay, so Isban, which I can't believe this. It says the first round is on you, is this quest. You actually did it. You're something else, my friend. Now we'll not only be able to keep the mead flowing, but I'll be able to turn a profit this night. People were stealing his casks and being ruffians about it. So we have, okay, so what it is I've completed a number of quests here. And the lore of that says, although they endured many years of oppression under the rule of Balakor the Scourge, the heirs of Castamere, and the empire of Ordok, the citizens of Umbar Barhabel, and the kindred of the Coins, who now lead them, have remained steadfast in their efforts to preserve the free city in the aftermath of the Stone Mutiny. So, basically, yeah. So they've been under other people's oppression for a while, and we're trying to help them out. So there we go, hooray! And there's no follow-on quest from that guy. That's true. Oh, we're looking at his outfit? Yeah, that's fair. Here, let me move my stuff out of the way. That's a pretty cool outfit. Nice colors too. I like the teal. I'm a fan of the teal. I've been thinking about that lately, actually, about mixing teal and purple, because I've got well, this is tealer than it's appearing on screen. There you go. There's a little bit more of it there in the light. So doing that with some solid purple, and maybe some black or orange or yellow, like a yellow. So Jamaica flag basically, but they're good colors together, you know. Green and purple are nice colors together. Yeah, Ginger, Professor Corey's gonna love these outfits. I know, right? I don't catch him as often as he streams, unfortunately, but when I do, I just love being able to see the fun, the things that he finds delight in, you know. Yeah, Pamela points out that Hunter and Minstrel are a good combination of classes to run around together with. So, and yeah, before's commenting on that quest we were just doing. So, what's more important to a Corsair and a cutthroat? Reputation. If we call into question their very reputation, they're bound to come forth in defense of it. We shall spread rumors of ill-gotten gains, paint him as a betrayer to his people. We don't need anyone but Kashov himself to believe all these rumors, and something tells me he will. Yeah, that's the original quest that got us started. Yeah, but I feel like there's more to the story before that. Oh, right. Oh, right. I forgot to put my thing back up. Hi. Fake sashes planted. 0. I don't know. Okay. Is there a sash place? Ah, plant Corsair sash. Right by the water. A sash stash. Cute. Yes, Aaron Bard points out they did a lot of fun things with color here. Yes, I agree. I love how they just really leaned into the bright, you know, Mediterranean kinds of color scheme. That's nice. Oop. Well, he was in my line of sight. There we go. Well, it took longer for me to shoot him than I should have thought. So yeah, B4 says, I love the mosaic tiling. Mandalay says it looks pretty. I know. I think it's really gorgeous. It does make me keen to go visit the Mediterranean sometime and see some of this sort of thing in person. Sorry, I was planting a sash. I did not engage in the combat because I was busy planting a sash, apparently. Here's another one. It's interesting. It's like the kneel emote. Basically, that's kind of fun. See? Yeah. Interesting. All right. I have planted 5. So, oh, here's another one. Oh, you missed one back there? Okay, cool. Did that carpet just change color? Now there's a sash over here, hon. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think the carpets have a slight visual glitch. And so sometimes, like, maybe it phases in. Yeah, I'm excited to see if I can, hopefully, if when Professor Corey gets here in like 5 years, I'll get to see it. That'll be cool. I mean, I know you laugh, but he spent like, I don't know, a year on the Council of Elrond, so, you know. Oh, that's the other stream. That's the other stream, though. Sorry. Yeah. All right, some more good rats. And a good hawk. So we're actually considering going back and getting some more Dutch lessons at some point. So my Dutch pronunciation will probably change again in you know, after a while. All right, so here's the captain.
What?
You wish to take Kina from this crew. Kina is no more than a cabin boy, but a good one. He listens and obeys, fetches me drinks, and brings me worthy tithings. He is my personal errand boy, and I have no intention of giving him up. For this insubordination, I will have your head. Ready? All right, let's have his head. Slave, Mom was right. I'm going to something. Let's see what it says. Slave, Mom was right. I'm going to be the Corsair King. You'll see. All right, we have completed the rat catcher of Umbar. Oh, we have to defeat rats, some of the rat catchers. Yes, rat. Yes, cat cleaning. She is. That's what she does. They both do that. It's really interesting. When they're like preparing to go to sleep, they will spend a whole good amount of time bathing and grooming and stuff like that, and then they'll both just like zonk. It's very cute. We have something. Okay. No worries. We'll go that way. Okay. We'll go turn in these two that we just finished. One hopes. Yeah, fair enough. Let me clear out. Let's see. I have a deed bestowed. That's the rat thing. Deed completed was the rat thing. Loach points. Got it. Reputation changed. We saw that. And then I've got a mail that I need to open at some point. But I haven't yet, so I'll do that. Whatever. Let's see. Amber says, I like the uber glossy floor in the last homely house. You know, did you get the housing item that's on here at level, I think it's 25 on the reward track this time? It has a glossy floor in there that you can put in your own house. They're floor pieces, so they don't take up the entire floor. It doesn't take up it's not the floor thing you do in the wall. It actually goes onto your floor hook or whatever. So it doesn't fill the whole space, but it's interesting. Let's see. Do right by the family. She says, good, you are here. Don't worry, Kina is safe with me. He is crying in his room. Aww. I don't know what you did or how you did it, but Kina has quit the crew and returned to me. I hope that his stories of fancy with the Corsairs have ended. Oh, no. Nonetheless, you have brought him home, and I thank you. I feel like we should warn her that he wants to be the king and there's more to come, like, you got your hands full, lady. Good luck. Well, at least he's not crying in his room, so maybe it feels like, you know, maybe he's like, feels better about life. I don't know. Well, good luck on that. I am grateful to not be raising children. That my children are grown. Raising children is hard. This is the perfect storm, with the rumors spreading and the chaos in the gut. It's only a matter of time before Kashop makes his move to clear his name, and when he does, we will be there. Now we wait. Yeah, okay. That was a practice in luring. We are luring him out. Yeah, Umbar says, I'll have to look. I got the giant elf ruin and statues. Yes, it's in that package. It was in that package. So, yeah. It has 2 shiny floor tiles and then 2 kind of more dirty ones. So basically kind of like, you know how this looks kind of dirty and roughed up a little bit? It has 2 that look like that, and then 2 that look completely shiny and without that kind of thing. So should we review or do gut health? Gut health. Gut health. Clean up the detritus. Oh, we have stuff to do. Yeah, okay. Hey, we have some hidden storerooms to go find. So we got that too. Well, I'm glad you got that housing item because I don't know how often they're going to have that. And man, it was a cool one. I thought, I don't want to miss that. That is pretty neat. So I got it on this server. I must have it over on Treebeard because I've done everything. We're up to level 100 and beyond on Treebeard. I didn't do it on Crick Hollow, but that's okay. I think I'm okay with that. We can double check, but I should double check that on Crick Hollow. Those are the 3 servers that I'm playing on mainly these days. I have characters also on Treebeard and Landreval, but I'm rarely active on those right now. So I haven't been worrying about the reward track on those. I haven't even been doing festivals on Evernight. Did I say Treebeard? I meant Evernight. Evernight and Landreval, I have characters, but I'm not active. I am active on Treebeard and Laurelin and Crick Hollow. But Crick Hollow is kind of like, I'm only there once a week, and it's to do questing with a friend. So I haven't really gone like, you know, hard in on the housing game and all of that. I mean, I have, you know, of course, like 3 or 4 houses, but they're not all decorated. Actually, let me think about it. On Crick Hollow, I may not have any. It's possible that I don't have any premium houses. Seems unlikely, but it's possible. All right, so we've got to go do something here. Oh, we've got to confront a successful proprietor. And oh, here we go. We're going to clean up these spots. That's what we're doing. All right, I got one. Oh, there's one over here by this guy. Cool. All right, so we got this one. Okay, there's one up the stairs. We'll pop over here. Oh, hey, there's the proprietor. We're going to talk to him. Hey, how's it going there, mister? So somebody else wants to know, how is this guy successful?
What is this world coming to?
You want my money? Do you know who you're talking to? You've made a big mistake this day. No one touches my money but me. I think the guy wanted us. I'm not sure. Oh, we're collecting a debt in this case. Sorry. That's fair. Oh, I'm collecting a bunch of damage. All right, cool. But hey, there's a valuable chest. We'll collect that. Thanks for the heals. That's a pretty looking chest too. Check that out. Oh. There's no money. It's just the chest is valuable. I mean, it's a pretty looking chest. You're standing on some caltrops or something, by the way. Flat. Yeah, you got a little scratchy going on. It's all, looks like it's all good now. Okay. I guess I misunderstood the quest that we were doing. No big deal. It's okay. I don't want to look at the history. Sometimes we quest late at night when I'm really tired and my reading comprehension is not so that's okay. Oh, here's another detritus spot. Alright, we got 4 out of 6. Don't see any right here. Let's see. Looks like we want to go back this way. Hey, Lost Shire Hobbit has arrived. Saying the Lost Hobbit took a very wrong turn, ended up in Breeland, aka work, but is now back in the Shire and has arrived precisely when she means to. Well, welcome to the stream, Lost Shire Hobbit. Hey, just a heads up, I am streaming today, but B4 is not. So we're working on getting me some legendary item reward track experience, which I should take a look at here in a second. And we just got a sneak, so let me heart seek the sneak. Did some. Oh, and then I shot somebody else. Sorry. Because, you know, that's how it goes. Hunter gotta hunt, you know. Yes. Okay, we're gonna talk to the captain. Oh, Egg Arthur points out that the Bull Roar server is up right now. Bull Roar is a test server where the Lotro folks bring stuff out for you to kind of have a chance to test it out before it goes live, and then you can provide feedback. And a lot of times there'll be developers available on the server, so you can say, "Hey, this is broken," or "I'm having trouble with this," or you know, they can help you out with stuff. And then I don't know, do you submit bug reports with that, or it's been a while since I've done any Bull Roar stuff. But anyway. You just, oh, in the Bull Roar forums, you tell them what's going on. Cool. So yeah, so it's an interesting thing you can do. You have to, you know how when you're playing Lotro, you have downloaded the launcher. There's another launcher. It looks basically identical, but it is a different launcher for the Bull Roar server. Hey, that's a nice waterfall. Check that action. That's pretty cool. It's like Moria, but outside. That's nice. Are you over here getting nice and wet? Excuse me. Who builds a town in the middle of a waterfall? Let's see, Lost Shire Hobbit says, thank you, glad to have made it. Finished work early, so made it home. Yay! Always nice to have that. Okay. So Aaron was asking, how does that work? How does Bull Roar work? So yeah, if you go to the Lotro forums, there'll be a whole Bull Roar forum. And I think before I was going to see if you can grab that link. And it will tell you, it'll say Bull Roar is open. And it'll have in there the instructions in that forum. There's the instructions on how to, what the link for the launcher and all that stuff. So, yeah, just maybe the link to just the whole Bull Roar forum. Thank you, dear. So anyway, so yeah, so you'll download. Oop, it may have closed it. So you download the launcher, which, like I said, looks identical with the little icon to the Lotro launcher. So you might want to like label it or something. But anyway, so and what it'll ask you to do when you go on to Bull Roar, it is like going to a server, but it will say, I think once you launch it, it asks you if you want to transfer somebody in, right? Yeah, I forget. Just read the notes. Read the instructions there. Because what you will do is you will copy a character over to Bull Roar. You're not transferring somebody over. You are just taking the character that you have, an existing character you have, and copying it to the Bull Roar server. You can do that. So that way you don't have to like begin a whole new character and figure it out. Now, you can... because there's a place on the Bull Roar server which is called the Eyes and Guard, like Isengard, like the place, you know, but it's the Eyes and Guard. So it's a very wonderful pun there. I love it. Anyway, and it's located near Thorin's Hall. What's that place down on the bottom? It's near there. It's over by the stable master. So the Isengard, you can go in, but you can't come out, just as a FYI. It's a test server, okay? Like, not every door works both ways. But once you're inside the Isengard, it's kind of like being inside the, what's that inn? The Forsaken Inn. It's like it's the same structure as the Forsaken Inn, but it has like layers of, you go down these stairs and down these stairs and down these stairs, and there's all sorts of stuff. And you can get free Lotra points there. You can get free mithril coins in the Isengard. You can level a character like just by pushing a button or whatever, and it like, you know, level this character to 50, level them to 100, whatever. So that way you can take a character of that level out. There's ways to like jump ahead in, I think, reputation. So all of that's in there, so you can basically kit out a character to go off into the world and do stuff. If you don't have an existing character you want to do that with anyway. So yeah, so just, oh yeah, thanks Loshire Hobbit. Loshire Hobbit points out that I'm on Laurelin, and you know what my server text says? Treebeard. Let's fix that. You are correct. Thank you very much for catching that. Whoops. Yes, so let's see. B4 has put the link to the Bullroar server, the Bullroar discussion forum. Yes, good. Okay, and also the link to the introduction to the Isengard Tavern. And Egarthur points out that there's an Isengard entrance in Archet, Thorn's Gate, and Mossward. So there's 3 locations. I've always done the one at Thorn's Gate, so I don't know about the other one. Yeah. So, and yeah, Alshire says you can always rely on me to spot that. Thanks. Okay, so let me talk to Azrath here.
What news?
Got health. Oh yeah, this was cleaning up the Detrius. Did you actually do this? I was just complaining into the wind. I did not actually believe someone would try to clean up the gut. The Corsairs and pirates will most likely take as an insult and probably leave even more waste behind, but I cannot blame you for a good deed. Thank you for listening to my ramblings and acting upon it. Sure. Well, we do what we can, you know. We're heroes, you know. I mean, that's kind of what this part of Lotro is about, is the idea. This is Severlin, the executive producer of Lotro. His idea is that at this point, we're no longer following the Fellowship. We have become the heroes. We are the ones going off and trying to make the world a better place, not just try to help the Fellowship to do such a thing. So, Arabini says, wait, is there a new Bullroar? Yes, apparently Bullroar is it up? Egarthur, I think, says it is up. Right? Egarthur, you're on there right now. I think you say it. Yeah, that's what they say. Let's see, Zadok, Principled Interest Part 2. Oh, this is when we got it. We went and took that gold, took the stuff. Perfect, he says. It's even in the same chest in which he hauled it away. This man was obviously quite the businessman. It seems he was able to make some money on top of the initial investment that I made. Yeah, this guy is confused, I think. I can't thank you enough, traveler. Perhaps one day I will be lucky enough to serve your needs. Of course, you're entitled to a massive discount on interest. Yeah. Oh, hey, I wanted to look at how are we doing. All right, we're into box 77 now. So that gave us basically a box worth of experience over the last hour. So I guess, yeah, if I keep questing at a rate of 1 box per hour, it would be about 25 hours over the next 7 days. That's only 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day. There it is. Egarthur says, yes, they released a 3-man and a raid. So people are over there checking that out. So if you want to jump in on that, Arabini, there's stuff to do. I don't know if there's anything else to do over there. That's new, that is. Now, one of the fun things I like to do sometimes is if I'm curious about housing and I'm like, oh, I wonder what hooks this house has. When you preview a house on a server, it doesn't show you what hooks there are. But if you go over to Bullroar, you can get a whole bunch of mithril coins or Lotra points or whatever, however you want to do it, and buy, houses on Bullroar. And oop, you dropped me in the water, into the Fathom Well. So anyway, so you could buy houses there and then play with the houses on Bulwer, and that's a lot of fun. I have fun with that. I think you slipped. Or was I bumped by a hobbit? Whoa, almost fell off that. This entrance is heavily guarded. Really? By who? Oh, I see gut rats. Oh, gut rat slam. Well, let's go in. Ooh, look at this house. Oh, it looks different once you get in. That's not as cool. This is the Eastern Storehouse. So we've got at least 2 quests here. So we've got an heirloom lost, and cleaning the good, and putting goods to good use, maybe. Although she said the stuff was on the outside. Wow, a little laggy here. Yeah, Aaron Bard says, yeah, that entrance was a cool visual. I agree, right? I was like all excited about the inside being all blue and stuff. That was pretty cool. All right, we've got 1 out of 8 things plundered here. Wow, they just keep coming, don't they? They can keep coming and they don't stop coming. Here's another. Okay, we'll go that way first. There's another dude. We can catch up to him. I'll get this plunder. There's plunder on the other side of this wall. Nice. I guess there's plunder all over. The raindrop. We should go check on that. You know, stairs are kind of a nemesis of mine in this place. I fall off stairs very easily around Rachel. Feel that way about what? Stairs are your nemesis. Just we have to be careful about stairs. They're easy to fall on, up, or down. Uh-oh. I'm almost dead. You're gonna have to res me. Oh, thank you. I love how I come back, I'm like, what? Stairs are a nemesis. Are you secretly a Dalek? Yes, we are secretly Daleks. Beep boop. Did you ever see the episode? I love the episode where the Daleks and the Cybermen are both like trying to take over the Earth. Well, there's many of those episodes now, I suppose. But there was an episode in which that was happening, and they started trash talking each other, and the Cybermen were like basically saying we're better than Daleks, and we're better than you, and the Daleks were like, you are correct, you are better than the Daleks at one thing, you are better at dying. I was like, oh, smack talk from a Dalek. It was great. I love it. I think before I was looking for the exact quote. It was great. I love it. Well, let me see if I can take out this gut lion while I'm here. Yeah, there we go. Although I may need your help. Yeah, Pomella's Dalek comebacks are ruthless. They plunge the depths of the insults. They're laser focused on the insults. Before this, it was from the 2-parter Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. That sounds about right. All right, did you get that box of stuff? The guys are starting to respawn, so we might want to move on. Yes, I made a few puns myself. I found a room with a raindrop and some really pretty stuff. Oh, okay. Now I see why having those vases was cool. I've gotten like 3 vases that have this kind of mosaic look on them. Yeah, they look like that one, that big one right back there. I've gotten like 3 of those for my house now on Laurelin. So yeah. Okay, so did you get the raindrop? Yeah, 5 of 8. Plunder, yes, 5 of 8. Myself also. So Pamela asks, can one just start at any season of Doctor Who if you haven't seen Doctor Who before? You can, but I would recommend starting at the beginning of what's called the Modern series, which is Christopher Eccleston is the actor who plays the Doctor, and the first episode is called Rose. And I would highly recommend you start at that episode because it is fantastic. And it's a great introduction to who is the Doctor and what the heck is going on. Like, they kind of start at a baseline there, and then they just build on it from that point. So I think that's a great place to start. So you don't have to go and see any of the old stuff. Whoa, hey, that was, hope I'm not stuck back here. Okay, good, I'm not. Let's see if I can get this guy. There we go. Still looking for plunder. Oh, there's some way over there. Okay. Oh, found a sneak. I knocked him down. He'll get back up again. Nothing to keep him down. Alright. Can I get in here? No, I need you. I don't think I'm going to run in here by myself. Alright. I'm going to get out of that box. Oop. Not in time. Alright, well, here's a plunder, so that's nice. Here's a gut rat. Oh yeah, that's a good point. B4 says if you prefer a single episode to see if it's to your liking, try an episode called Blink. Amusingly, the Doctor is kind of a side character in that one. Well, in some of it. I guess not the whole thing. It is a little scary, though. I mean, but man, that's a great introduction to the Weeping Angels. I mean, it's their first episode. The Weeping Angels, so the Doctor kind of ends up with, like, different nemesis or nemesi. I don't know, what's the plural of nemesis? I've got all my stuff here. I haven't gotten the goods from outside, though, and I don't know where that is. So we should find an outside. I found a door. Okay. So, should we go look for a door? I found it. It's not the jars. It's over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, look at that entryway. Hold on, when we get outside, I gotta open the entryway again, because that looks cool. Oh, hey, did he follow us out? Oh no, the bad guys came back and guarding the door. Right on. All right, hang on, we gotta look at this door, but not go through it. Yeah, look at that. That is cool. Wow, that is beautiful. That's kind of a shame that they don't have that actually there. Yeah, if you go on the inside, you can see it there, but I was going to get attacked, so I don't want to do that. Oh, Pomela says right now you have to pay per episode, so you might start with just Blink. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fun episode. It's a David Tennant one. He's the Doctor by then. So the premise is, if you're not familiar with it, is that the Doctor comes from this planet called Gallifrey, and but he's got like a real affection for Earth and for Earthlings. So you see him on Earth all the time. One of the things that can happen is if he gets mortally wounded, he can go through a process known as regeneration, where basically that body dies, but then he kind of like rises like a phoenix, you know, it just kind of like turns into this ball of light almost and regenerates into a fresh version of himself. Which is also a very convenient way to deal with when an actor leaves the series and you need to get a new actor to play the part. So how does that work? Oh, isn't that nice and handy? So when people are talking about the different Doctors, that's basically what's going on, because somebody, an actor will be playing, or an actor, actor will be playing the character, the Doctor, and then at some point they get mortally wounded, they leave the show, and they are replaced by a new actor who's then playing that character, and so so people have very strong opinions on, like, you know, which actor playing the Doctor they find like is their favorite and stuff like that. Very much like Star Trek and which captain is the best. It's a similar sort of thing. All right, so there it is. The raindrop is a priceless heirloom that our family has kept for generations. We come from a long line of merchants, and this raindrop was the first piece of jewelry ever purchased with our family's fortune. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for returning such a precious artifact to me. You are welcome. And then Manobaz over here. Well, would you look at that? You did that. You did it. You've gone and collected quite a haul. I have to admit, I didn't think you'd do it, but you're a fair and honest individual now, aren't you? And us fair and honest individuals must uphold the strictest code of fairness. You've got yourself a friend in Umbar for cleaning out the gut. So, cool. Okay, so let's see. What I have left is looking for surplus goods. That's the last one I have on the inside and outside. What? The putting goods to good use. That's the one. Yeah, putting goods to good use is the name of the quest that I have. Sorry. So let's see. Everybody says I can never get into Doctor Who or Star Trek, Star Trek, as you say. Doctor Who, the original series, as you know, as it like when it first was doing its thing. So Aaron Bard says it started as an educational program for kids. I didn't know that part, but it was low budget, and it's a BBC production. It's low budget. It's very campy, and it also was like very British in some ways. So I think people outside of the UK may not have found it as accessible, and then even I think some people even in the UK were like, it just didn't. It was too campy for them. Because Ginger says because it taught history. Okay, that's fair. Because the idea is the Doctor has a time machine, and so he can go around and to different time periods in history, and you can see things. So yeah, okay. Heron Bird says a sci-fi show with educational elements. Fair enough. Yeah, like they've met Shakespeare, they've met Queen Elizabeth I. Like there is definitely some popping around in time and meeting people. Oh. Our cat cam is empty at the moment. All right, we'll go ahead and turn that off for the moment. Cat gone. That's okay. I'll just we'll close that for the moment. That's okay. She's not there. We'll try to remember to do that. Hey, we've discovered the Fleet Fast Parade Ground. Well, that's nice. All sorts of people standing around. Speaking of parades, we'll come back to that. Yeah, so let's see, Doctor Who. Yeah, Aaron Bard says the Range Generation is one of the brilliant moves that have kept the show going for 50 plus years. Definitely, yeah. And B4 points out that if you connect to the internet through a computer in the UK and you have a British television license, or can say that you have one, the modern era is available to you through BBC's iPlayer. So we have access to the BBC on TV here. So sometimes we watch Doctor Who just like literally on TV. But yes, your computer can virtually be anywhere in the world with modern technology. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, over to parades. So there's a thing, so like Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday and all of that. So here in the Netherlands, they do Carnival, which I think you get in other countries, probably in the area as well. But we are only recently being exposed to that here. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Check that out. Wow, that's quite the docks. Oh, that's lovely. Cool. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, so here, even in our little tiny village, we have, so what they do, they have this whole thing where they're being silly and they rename the village, or the city, wherever it's happening. They rename it a funny name. That usually sounds like something you would say while you were drunk, probably. Oh, hey, there's a person to talk to here. So that's what's going on here. So they just had a parade on Sunday here, but it was raining, and four of us were gonna go. We decided to stay home and drink tea and play board games instead. But this whole week, there's like a small event center here in the center of town, and so they're doing stuff the whole week. And basically it's like every day has a different theme of what they're doing, but it basically involves a lot of alcohol, which is really funny because I think Carnival is most popular in the Bible Belt area of the Netherlands. So the idea is that basically they get together, they drink a ton of alcohol, and then they go into Lent, I believe. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, so Agristalian says, someone know how to recover an old chart. Oh, an old character. I bet you what you mean. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. So just as a heads up, I don't actually work for Standing Stone Games. I am just a player of the game. I enjoy the game. And I get to stream on the official Lotro channel because, you know, why not? Good times. But I'm not actually, I don't work for the company. And so if there's like specific questions related to like, can you help me with my account? I have no ability to do that. What I would do is I would refer you to like to their ticket system, to customer service. That would be the place to start. So, but yes, before it does ask, do you remember what server the character was on? Because if it was on a server that's still open, you might have a chance. If it's on one of the old servers, those are still like physically exist, like the data hasn't been wiped, but my understanding is those servers are the data on them is not accessible, and so any characters that were on any old servers are currently unavailable. And I know the folks at SSG periodically put in a bunch of time and effort to try and make them available so you can get those characters, but so far it has not been fruitful. So yeah, we were just actually talking to a friend of ours recently who played Lotro a while back and hasn't played in a little bit, and all of our talking about it, he's gotten kind of excited. So he's also just restarted and got his account up and running and all of that, but he was playing, he was playing on Laurelin. And so thankfully he's doing all right. Because basically there were more servers, and at some point after SSG took over, because originally it was Turbine and now it's SSG, and at some point they consolidated servers. So yeah, so the current servers are, as before has listed out into the chat, Arkenstone, Belager, Brandywine, Crick Hollow, Evernight, Gladden, Gwaihir, Landreval, Laurelin, Cyranon, and Treebeard. Now, Cyranon is a French-speaking server. Belager and Gwaihir are German-speaking servers, and then all the other servers are primarily English. But on a server like Laurelin and Treebeard, also actually, there's a lot of people will talk in a lot of different languages at various points. There is no assigned language in chat. Like anybody's allowed to talk. Like it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So these are 2 new quests. Yes, Engels is neat for Plicht. Although in the chat for this stream on the official channel, because we don't have like hundreds of moderators, there is a thing where English is requested here, because if somebody says something nasty or unkind in a foreign language, there isn't necessarily a mod on who would be able to catch that. So yeah, so Ginjar points out there's a lot of Russian on Arkenstone, for example. And I know when I was on Brandywine, there was a lot of Russian on Brandywine also. So yeah, if you were looking for like Russian-speaking kinmates, you might do well there. If you're looking for German folks, I've seen them on Treebeard. I think here also on Laurelin, probably on Landreval too. Actually, Evernight, the reason we played on Evernight was because it is a server that has a lot of European folks on it. But it's, yeah, we're just not there much anymore. We're just busy with other things. And it also was getting a lot of lag problems, so that was like not also fun. So. Okay, so this person has a quest for us, a valuables lesson. My ship has been overrun by mutineers. They will be dealt with, I assure, but time is short. You see, there's still treasure aboard the ship, and it is my ship. The treasure is mine by right. Will you fight your way onto my ship, retrieve my 3 chests of valuables? You will be rewarded. My ship is docked to the east of here, and some of the ruffians and bruisers that now lurk here in the fleet fast were once members of my crew. Feel free to slay as many of them as it takes to retrieve my treasures. Well, that's a bit rough. But she also has this quest, mutineers and ruffians all. My former crew turned out to be mutineers and ruffians, all of them. They must think I perished when they threw me overboard, and I would not survive the swim back to shore. So they are not only dishonorable, but they are also fools. They now haunt this area of the fleet fast, and they stay here in great enough number that the guards fear to engage them in battle. But I do not fear them, and neither do you, my new friend? Some of them are tougher than they appear, but that will not be a problem for you, will it? Aaron Bard. Sus. Why did they mutiny? I see where Cat has gone. Cato is, well, you can't hardly see her. You can see her feet. She's up on the top of the tower there. She sometimes will loaf. Yeah, she's going into loaf mode. Let me see if I can push my camera up just a teeny tiny bit. And you can see her. There she is. She's right there. She's that dark spot. Yes, Cato in the crow's nest. She would make a good sailor, maybe. I don't know. So let's see. Lost Shire Hobbit says, my brawler is going back and finishing the Volume 1 story. The only in combat when needed makes it more fun to do. Oh, I lost track of where you are. Hey, you're right there. Thanks. Found you. Wait, was I supposed to be collecting goods? Oh, hey, there's some more. Cool. There's some goods over here. Some feet. Oh, we discovered the Soldier's Mess Hall. You know, it'd be great, all this discovery, if I would remember where these things are. It's like we pass by something and I'm like, I feel like I've seen that word before. And I forget. But that's the mess hall. Okay.
Shall we help this person with their ship problems?
All right, let's help this person with their ship problems. There's a fleet fast ruffian. Hey. They're no longer fast or fleet or a ruffian. Maybe we'll help them see the error of their ways. How about that bruiser? Hey. Does that count as a ruffian? I guess it does. The bruiser counts as a ruffian. Hi. Oh, anyway, yeah, I was saying that if you bought the expansions, they did come with some cosmetic items, and some of them have some of that that flair, that mariner-esque, you know, Umbar flair. I could try to pull those up here at some point. Oh, hey, we've got treasure. Oh, we've also got ruffians. Hey. Hey. And another one. All right, mutineers. All right, now I'm gonna grab this treasure. I'm not sure how I feel about this quest. Like, are we the good guys? I'm not 100% sure. Who's the good guys here? Is anybody the good guys? It's like being on that, what was that Reddit forum? Everybody stinks here. All right, got all the treasures. Oh, we can go up on the crow's nest part. Whoa, what? Ah, that's why I didn't do that. Because I will fall off. I'm very good at falling off of things. I'm just gonna take this thing and hopefully I don't fall off. Yay, I made it. And so did you, hurrah. Excuse me. Bowsprit X. Is that what it's called? The bowsprit? I really don't know much about boats, I have to say. Of the many things I have done in my life, being a boat person isn't one of them. I've done a lot of things in my time, but running around on boats hasn't been part of that. Funny thing though is I worked at the Ren Fair, and we did have a pirate crew at the Ren Fair, and they actually got to know quite a lot about boats, but I wasn't part of that group. I was a street character, but not a pirate street character. So, and there you go. Bow to your friend. Okay, so bowsprit. Amber says, I had a rare chance as a teen to pilot a square-rigged schooner. I know all of those things are words. All right, we are done beating up on people. We can take that stuff back to that lady. Apparently, we're gonna do it through some ruffians. That's okay. To be expected. We'll just gather a few. Hey, Captain, you wanna jump in on this? You would think she would, you know. Oh well. Cool. Nice job. So she says, a valuable lesson. Is there anything more lovely than being returned treasure that belongs to you? I do not think so, my friend. I would have brought the chest with me when need drove me to escape those worthless villains, but I will be truthful with you. Mutinies may take a while to form, but when they do happen, they happen quickly. I am pleased to be reunited with these valuables. I will give you some valuable wisdom as reward. If you choose to captain a ship, do not hire a crew that believes themselves to be more deadly than you are. I think my former crew has now learned they were mistaken. Thank you for your assistance with them. And then she says, I heard the fighting from here, friend, and it was like beautiful music to hear the panic in the voices of those mutineers. You have done very well by me. Perhaps when I recover my ship, you will sail with me? I am already thinking of assembling a new crew. Only days after my previous mates mutinied against me. I am truly a romantic at heart, my new friend. It has always been a problem. Thank you for your help with these ruffians and bruisers. We are more deadly than they are, and now they know it. That's funny. So we keep collecting a thing called the Gift of Uri, and it's a allegiance faction that you can join here, and there's 2 allegiances I think that we could join. We could choose between. It's desired by the Order of the Eagle and the Ledger Keepers. So if we look at what was it? Allegiances. Where is that under? Is it under character? Yes, that's where it was. Character and then allegiances. So here are, let's see, there's the Kingdom of Gondor. Not what I was looking to do, but that's okay. Zaruka clan, we've already been going crazy with those folks. So here's the Ledger Keepers. Is one of the options. So once a clandestine group working to identify would-be enemies of the heirs of Castamere, the Ledger Keepers reformed under the Kindred of the Coin with a new purpose. The Ledger Keepers of Umbar Barhabel now log actions and deeds undertaken by citizens and guests of the country alike into ledgers meant to weigh the measure and heft of the people's contributions. It may seem an intrusive and unnecessary effort, but in a nation once ruled by vile tyranny and secrets, the transparency is a welcome change to the populace. The other one is Order of the Eagle, which is, their deal is, the sudden fall of the heirs of Castamere and the rise of the Kindred of the Coins arouse suspicion in Gondor that a new threat from the lands to the south festers. In an effort to ensure that the threats posed by the nation in the past do not return, Prince Imrahil employs the service of spies and citizens embedded in the region during the reign of the heirs of Castamere to track the efforts of Umbar's people. More importantly, the Order of the Eagle watches the Kindred and looks to contain them should they prove to be a threat to Gondor. Okay, so, I mean, the Ledger Keeper sounds more interesting. So why did you want to do the other one, though? Before I was interested in it. Oh, to help Prince Imrahil?
Yeah.
Now, eventually we could do both, right?
I don't feel strongly.
Okay, let's do Ledger Keepers. They sound more interesting. All right, we're going to join the Ledger Keepers. And apparently I can claim some Ledger Keeper marks. Nope. It says so, but I cannot. Maybe I have to. I haven't earned it yet. I don't think I've earned it yet. But let me go ahead. There we go. Now I can start to use these things. All right, so I've gotten through one. Oh, yeah, now see how it turned bronze? So there we go. Oh, Aaron Bard says schooner, as I pronounce, actually sounds like schooner. Man, yeah, I am just not a boat person. Maybe someday. Or schooner. Or schooner, like, you know, food. Hi! Cato has returned and yawned at me. Alright, so I'm just going to keep nomming these things, because there we go. Oh, and hey, I've got 10 of these small gifts of Uri. They're worth 100 allegiance points each. Can I just nom them all at once? I want to nom all... Does that alt? Nope. Is it shift? Okay, apparently it's not. I just have to do them individually. That's fine. 2 and 1. Okay, so that should be the last of those, I believe. Okay, so now let's see what happens. We're gonna claim some Ledger Keeper marks. Cool, we have made it to level 1 with these folks. And level 2, level 3, and we're not to level 4 yet. But it looks like when we get to level 5, we get a Shattered Umbari Tracery and some more of those Ledger Keeper marks. That tracery will be nice for our legendary item reward, our legendary items, excuse me. Yeah, Ginger says alt should work to use all. I don't know what I was doing. Sometimes, I don't know. Anyway, no worries. So Pamela says, on this side of the Pacific, we have a thing called Sea Scouts. It's a little like Boy Scouts, but the children learn about boating and ocean safety. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I grew up in Colorado, which is not known for its seafaring folk. It is extremely landlocked. Like, you're talking a day's drive, 24 hours before you get to an ocean. We had lakes, but it wasn't like lake country, you know what I mean? It was just, yeah. It's a high desert. Colorado's a high desert, really. That's what you got. Before I asked, did we have mountain and bear safety lessons in primary school? So I wasn't in the mountains when I was in primary school, when I was in grade school. But did we have bears? I'm pretty sure we talked about mountain lions. Because even in the cities, like, there's enough wildlife nearby. Snakes were a topic of conversation. Because we had rattlesnakes. There was a lot of not rattlesnakes, but it was very important to be able to tell the difference between a rattlesnake and a not rattlesnake. So I'm trying to think, what else do we have? Black widow spiders. Those were the other thing. I don't know if we learned about that in school, but I definitely knew about that as a kid. What a black widow spider looked like, because we did have those also. And in fact, at one point, like, we had one that had babies in our house or something. I don't remember they're red. They're little teeny red spiders when they're born, so that was fascinating. Step 1, is it rattling? Well, yeah. If it's at the point where it's rattling, you're too close. Like, you want to identify it from a distance before it gets to the rattling phase. Yeah. Yeah, I had a fun experience one time because I was out for a walk with my dad, and I was actually like junior high age, so I was like, 12 or something. And I was out for a walk with my dad, and we're just walking along, kind of like this, but not jumping off of roofs. And nearby the sidewalk where we were, we passed it. I was like, oh my gosh, Dad, there's a huge snake right there. And, he just like walked right by it without noticing it. So we were like, wow, that's a big and interesting looking snake. And so we went back to the house, because this is before days of cell phones, and called like animal control, I think. And we're like, hey, we just saw a snake, it looks like this, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, that's not a good thing. It was like a bull snake, which apparently, like, venomous, or, yeah, I think its bite was bad. I don't think it was a constrictor. So we went out to basically kind of track it, to keep an eye on it while the animal control or wildlife control could come out and then capture it, which they did. And by then there was like 4 of us that were like kind of keeping an eye on it. And yeah, they came out and they had their like big catchy stick and all of that and all of those sorts of things. So that was exciting because they were like, "We're glad you called because this is not a snake that would be a good idea for people to interact with." Because there's plenty of like garter snakes and little various snakes. Because there was that snake that we found was actually a bad, like a poison. I think it was poisonous, but it looked very much like a non-poisonous snake. But this one was the bad one. So they were very glad that we, like, called them. So that was a entertaining part of my childhood. So yeah. So Pomela says, "You didn't grow up in Colorado before?" He says, "No, my formative years were in suburban Michigan." Notably fewer poisonous snakes, spiders, and bears. Yeah, I did live in Colorado again. I kept moving away and then moving back. So I was in Colorado when my kids were younger, and at that point we were living up in the mountains, and they definitely had bears because basically, like, we were this was with my first husband in a house, and then across the street were houses, and then behind their backyards was the national forest. So there were bears and deer, and oh my gosh, it was beautiful though, because you'd like look out your window and there'd be like a herd of deer standing there. Like that was pretty cool. That was some cool stuff. Some great memories of that. Hang on. So let's see. Putting goods to good use. Oh yeah, we've gone and collected some goods. Hi, honey. She says, "You have done a good thing this day. I will put these goods to good use. It is very good, my friend. It should not trouble the ear to hear one say so." So yay. So that's all the quests that we've found here. What else are we gonna do? Now we had talked about. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could. No, honey, no. Go over here, sweetheart. She wants to walk all over papers, and I would wish she did not do. I would prefer she not walk all over papers. Hi, people are your public awaits, my dear. Oh. Anyway, the where I lived in the mountains, there were bears, and occasionally they would come through the yard, and especially like in the spring when it was the food, like the berries were just starting to pop up, and sometimes they would come down and try to get food, or in the late fall also when there was less food to be had. So they would come further and further down the mountain, and then the sun would come up, the humans would get active, and so the bear, if they didn't like get moving quickly enough, would sometimes end up then kind of stuck around the humans, they like end up a tree, and so that was a problem sometimes. Hang on. Someone in World Chat was saying things that weren't true. I just want to be like, no, that's still a thing. So anyway, yeah. So one time, I was out front with one of my kids, and they had a friend over, and we're playing, and I was like tidying up the yard or something, and the guest said something like, "Hey, why is your dad up in the tree?" And we looked, and we're like, that's a bear. Let's go inside, kids. So yeah. So usually the bears did not want anything to do with the humans. Like interactions are not first of their choice. They don't want to interact with humans, and humans don't want to interact with bears. Like we're happy not being together. But yeah, then the humans kind of moved in and built houses in bear territory, and then you run into each other. So, okay, so we were just talking about maybe doing what were we talking about doing? A mission, yeah? Delving? Okay, okay, so we're gonna go and leave this place, so we'll wave goodbye. Bye to Umbar Baharbel. Oh yeah, I forgot I perished. And I will take us to, what did we decide? Longaran, and then go up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. Sorry, I'm just making bad puns in world chat. It's really funny because so we both are, you know, obviously fluent in English, most of the time at least, and then are getting some fluency in Dutch, and so you end up with those puns that require you to know both languages at times, but badly. So yeah. There's a payment processing system that they use in the Netherlands called, it's spelled like ideal. It's pronounced ideal, but ideal. Anyway, so ideal is well used around here, but you can't use it to pay for your Lotro stuff. And so somebody was commenting on that, and I said it is not ideal that you can't use that. So. Yes. Oh, I think. I don't know that Monique thought it was funny, but I think that Bambi did. So, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Let's start with aberrations of nature. So basically, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna go in. So there's a phrase which is like, "Hang on," like, yeah, or "Wait a minute." And the word is as before is put in the chat there. It looks like even kaiken, but it's Ava. You don't really pronounce the end, so it's Ava kaiken. But we had stuff that was going into a car, and so I said Ava karken to our Dutch friend, and yeah, she was like, no. Oh, this is where I want to open my package. Hold on. No, not that one. I want to open my mail. Okay. So Tasha sent me some high-level food. Use this instead of the other stuff. Okay, so this is the kind of like very specific stuff I ask for. Like, give me very specific notes. So I'm going to give you all the rest of the food, okay? So this will make my life easier if I can make sure I don't have any other food to mix it up with. So hopefully none of this is like bound character or something. I don't know where this, oh, I cannot trade that. Apparently that is bound to account. Oh, it may have come with the getting like this character val art or something. Maybe it came with those foods. That would make sense. Oh, and hey, you can have these things too. This is how I deal with my inventory management, is I just give it all to Affodil and then they can sort it all out. All right, take those foods for me, please. Okay, and then I will detach these. Okay, and then what is this? This one is, what is the crab legs? What does it count as? Cooked or fortified or what?
The spiced vegetables are both of them not cooked.
Wait, you just gave me fish platters and crab legs with butter, which sound amazing.
The thing on the right is your not cooked foods. The thing on the left is your cooked food.
Okay, so this is my cooked food, so I'll set it here. And then this is my not cooked food, so I'll set it here. You know what I'm missing is bear. I don't have Bjorning baubles. Yeah, Aaron Bard says, this game often gives me the munchies, right? Like, there's stuff in here and I'm like, man, that sounds really good. Bjorn's honey cakes, thank you. Yay. Now I have bear food. Okay, so then you do those two. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much. So I always keep them on my bar over here so I can keep track of them. All right, we're going to go and provoke some bad stuff. So we're doing this at level 7, which is not low level. So, all right, so they have, oh, we didn't actually get a tooltip. Did you tooltip? All right, we're going to try and get down here and look at somebody without actually attacking them. I know it's hard as a hunter, but all right. So they have, these are all the effects that these guys have on them. This one has high on life 1, which is assured of its own survival. This creature fights even harder. So 100% melee damage, 100% range, and 100% tactical, whatever. Okay, fine. So he hits harder. Then we have glory in pain, resistance to corruption, healing itself more than it's attacked. Yeah. Well, yeah, if I do that, then I can't have my mouse over here. Okay, so let's see. On every harmful skill targeted at you, it heals and heals. Okay, fine. And then these are the skills that it has due to the malice of the area, which is the thing that you get from doing these things. Delvings, thank you. Hey, we have Edo Beer from Cyrenon says bonjour. Bonjour. Umbar says bonjour, mon ami. From before we got a bon soirée. Nice typing there. Copy paste. Anyway, there's some stuff, and we're gonna go hit things. They have the Glory and Pain, which we talked about. They have Malice, yeah, the High on Life. We've got Sauron's Blessing after brief induction, heals all nearby allies. Puddles, debilitating slime puddles that have a chance to incapacitate you. And Face of Fear, it can reduce your outgoing healing and applies damage on defeat, I think. So we did this like yesterday or the day before, and the combo we had was nasty. Basically, if you defeated them and you were near them, they applied this nasty like dot to you, and you were on fire. And it was heavy. It took a lot of your health very quickly. And then they had a fear effect, and so you couldn't get out of it. And there was a whole bunch of stuff. It was neat, so good, not so good. Sorry. That's the thing that's happening. Is with so Ed Romero, you've missed that. Before and I live in the Netherlands. We're from the U.S., but we're living in the Netherlands, and so we're learning Dutch, and of course making bad Dutch puns, mixed, the English-Dutch combo puns. So we've been talking about language a little bit here, and but I did take like 4 years of French, like long time ago, but I can still pull out a little bit of the correct accent, or at least. Well, I shouldn't say that even. It's not that great. Better than default accent. I don't say it by like a default American. Hopefully. Bonsoir. Oh my gosh, there was a movie, Better Off Dead, I think was the name of it, and they had a French foreign exchange student, and so the mom at one point did like a French meal, which was basically anything that had the word French in it. So she had, and it was, with her terrible accent. So it was French fries and French toast, and it was so bad. What's that? May have been French onion soup. Yeah, it was so funny. Oh yeah, so yeah, before I put it in there, so 12% of your health every 3 seconds. That was bad enough. But then getting 2 or 3 of those at once. Yeah, we were just getting bombarded. It was rough. So yeah, this is way easier. It was a tough combo that we were getting. Because there was, what else was there? There was the lighting you on fire. Oh, they could light you on fire from afar, and then they would light you on fire if they perished near you.
Oh, and they could summon those whirlwinds that were secretly.
No, that wasn't the whirlwind day.
Oh, no?
No, I don't think it was whirlwind.
The
Yeah.
maggot infestation. So you can also have that first time you would be attacking it.
Oh, was it? No, I think the whirlwinds and the maggots were together.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a day that was
Just a
not
moment.
the same as the fire on fire.
Hello.
Well, that's fine.
But it was, I don't know, there was something else. There were some other things they did also that were really rough. Before they bond? The next one?
Please, stay a moment.
Okay. All right, so I think we're going to do one more. And then it'll be about 2 hours from me. So unless we can come up with some other mischief to get into that's not delvings, I'm in. Oh, I'm in, and I'm not sure if I got the thing. It was disappearing as I got in.
I'm sorry.
Do we need to step out?
Yeah, the next one.
Okay. So here's what just happened, is that there's a delving stone, and if you put a gem into that delving stone, it then sets everything in the instance at that, like gives it that extra bonus of difficulty for you. But what happened is that I wasn't actually in there yet. So not as many heads? Okay.
Might I speak with you a moment?
And she went ahead, what was I doing? Not as many heads, right? And Affadil went ahead and did the delving stone just as I was coming in, and so therefore I didn't get credit for it being there. So now I'm here.
You should do it because I lost my stone.
Oh, which stone am I doing?
7.
A 7? An emerald? Okay.
You've got it.
And I would have one in my inventory because we finished a delving just a moment ago. Oh, don't forget to open up your chest. When you finish a delving, you do get a chest that expires in an hour. So we don't want to forget that because we have forgotten that before, and that's a bummer. Okay, so we're doing level 7. And I will continue. And it says like a malice spreads. Yeah, vile malice threads throughout the area. So the nice thing is the delving, the extra negative stuff that they add to the experience, the mission, it is the same for the entire day. So we have those same things. So we're like, oh, okay, we know how to deal with this now. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, okay, I need to make sure I don't do this because it triggers that, and that's really hard to deal with. Like, we just got a little blue puddle there that I don't want to stand in. So it's like, okay, well, then I should move. You know, things like that. So I'm out of the puddle. Yeah, actually, let me step in here real quick. So the puddle gives me that. Steady on, slime puddles cause your aim to be unsteady and may cause you to slip. So basically, I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff, which is, you know, disappointing, right? Especially when you're a hunter. Missing is bad. Yo! So Edramir, it's interesting because we play on Treebeard, and we have a lot of characters on Treebeard. But someday, you know, that server will catch up to live, and we can think about what are we going to do with our characters, because we have a huge amount of them. And I don't have enough slots on any one server to accommodate them all. So we've decided that we're going to probably spread them out a little bit and end up with characters on every server. That way if there's ever an event or something I want to go to, you know, I have a character there. So I will end up with characters on Cyranon, but not anytime soon. But that'll give me a chance to at least listen to some more French, like watch it in the chat. And be like, what did they say? Now, we've actually, living in the Netherlands, we've actually taken the opportunity to pop down to France a couple of times. Well, once when we were trying to figure out where we wanted to live, actually, so that was like 6 years ago. But then once, this last year, we were down, we went to Paris in September when it was still 35 degrees every night, and that was less enjoyable, but it was just hot. Yeah, I don't see that we're doing the barrels of things. We're just defeating. Yeah. Defeat the brigand captain, defeat the lieutenants, defeat the brigands. Yeah, that's it. There's no notes to pick up. There's no towers to burn. Sometimes you burn towers in this one. Okay. Also, because we're learning Dutch, when we go to Germany, because Germany is actually quite close to where we live, and so we've been to Germany a handful of times already. And every time we go, we notice that we understand a little bit more of the German around us, which is kind of a kick. Even though we're not taking like German lessons or anything. Look, Lieutenant, you are being difficult. There we go. Thank you. Now we need to defeat a Capitan. Oh, I suppose I could, because there's multiple guys up there. Okay. Nice. Oh, and you have found them. Okay, and you've got a little outlaw here that found us too. I don't think I got that lookout. I think that was not a me thing. Oh, okay. Switch into healing stance real quick. So if there we go. Yay. And here's our scout. And we can get the heck out of here. As a hunter, there's one of the stances that you can use that changes your quick shot. So this little darling here, which I have the advanced version, so I have improved quick shot, but quick shot and improved quick shot. If you switch over into endurance stance, which is this one here, yeah, let me go turn these in while we're standing here. 2-7.
Is there something I can do for
Which
you?
one did we just finish? Heads, not as many heads.
Just a
Thank you.
moment.
Oh, cool. And mission thingy done. We're doing character boosts or legendary item boost? Probably legendary item, right? Oh, crafting. Red sea stones, right? That's what we want. Thank you. Okay, so if you go into endurance stance, you can see here that your quick shot has a chance to generate. There we go. 30% chance to apply, and then it gives you a morale range. So, so that's why sometimes if we're out doing something and I'm like, whoa, I'm like, you know, my health is dropping, then I will drop into endurance stance because then my quick shot turns into that version. Yeah, I know you might not be able to see it. It's kind of some tiny letters there. But if I'm in the stance that I prefer, which is precision, because that gives me, I love how it gives me +1 focus every 5 seconds, because a lot of the skills that I like to use focus. And so I'm much happier just being in that. Plus it gives me 18% bow critical multiplier. So that's neat too. But when I do that, then it doesn't have that chance to apply morale. It has a chance to apply critical chance, which is nice. So hang on just a second. All right, little quick chat on the side there with B4. Let's see. Oh, Aaron Bart asked, what does the LI character boost do? I've always done the crafting boost. Let's see. That's the crafting one. Missions, let me see. I think I've opened them all. So let me check my shared storage, but I think recently I opened them all and I don't think I kept any of that. Oops, I don't need to be in LI stuff, just in general. Bonus crafting materials. Which one were you asking? Character boost. Okay, hang on. I do have one. So let's pop that down. Character boosts. Okay, so the character boost one has these things. So 1,000 virtue XP, small reputation acceleration tome, and an essence reclamation scroll. I think it's the same every time. And then the crafting one is this one, which gives you these 3 things, which is this one gave me a minor crafting guild token of esteem, which it says choose a token awarding reputation for any of the crafting guilds. This one is a crate of specialty crafting materials, and that's what I think before was alluding to earlier, that basically we've been using that to skill up our crafting, because then I just pick a crafting component in here for let's see, with this character I was working on Prospector, and we were trying to level up my Prospector. I was trying to figure out what else to do with this character, because she is the tailor, she is in the tailor's guild, but I never do anything with that, and I find the tailor's guild tedious. I don't look forward to it, let's put it that way. And then I have the Cook's Guild, I think. Yeah, I'm also in the Cook's Guild, and again, haven't really been doing anything with that since, yeah, I got up to like a Norian and then I was like, eh. So I'm considering dropping one of those and picking up something else, but I don't know what else I want to do, so I might just leave it for now. Anyway, so that's the crafting materials, and then the crate of crafting materials also just like, there you go. So I've been picking like the ore lately so I can level up my prospecting. So there you go. There's your 2 things there. And then also, did I open my timed chest? I hope so. Let's see, what's this one? This is a delving box of crafting materials. This is the problem with having so much stuff in my inventory, right? Tome of Defense. Oh, let me drop that in my shared storage. One of the things I did to try and make my storage more like effective is I have a combat tab, And that's where I put all the things that I might want to use if I was in combat, like a Tome of Extraordinary Experience. That can go there. Tome of Defense. What is this? This is a map. Why do I have a map? I really should use that sometime. Oh, and I have 3 maps to the Tracery archive. How funny. That might be useful for somebody else. Let me throw that in my scholar bucket, because Adamantia might find that more useful than Rosenbloom, because Rosenbloom she's a hunter, I can teleport there. Let's see, okay, so then, we'll just consume that. Small Reputation Acceleration Tome, we'll drop that here. Essence Reclamation Scroll, I've got a LI stuff bucket now, so that makes it easier. Oh, Aaronbird says thank you. You are welcome, of course, happy to help. Let's see. Oh, the Hobbit homes. Okay, let me put that in my housing bucket. Although, you know what? Let's just go to my house. Let's go to... Which house should we go to? I think I want to go to... Do I want to go to Wellforth Way or is it Floodside Road? I think it's Wellforth Way that I want to go to. I think that's the one that has the 2 doors. That's the one where I've got the Christmas house and I'm going to have my cozy room. Yeah, so this is where I want to go. Because I think maybe I'll put that painting up there. I know, right? Yay, housing things. Just start looking at my bag and be like, hey, what have I got here? Oh, hey, check that out. I just have so much stuff. Just random sort of stuff. Okay, so if I go over here, I'm going to go to this door. Cool. And, hey, horse. There it goes. It's not supposed to be in here. There, we'll pause that for a second. Okay. And then, there we go. I think, yeah. So I think it makes more sense than the Rohirric tapestry than to have, I want to put that Hobbit homes up here. And do I want the coffee table out? We'll think about that. I've got a curved Anorian bench, which I haven't even looked at yet, and a long one too. So let's take a look at some of these things, because I haven't actually paid attention to what these things are yet. I got them out of boxes, I think. But I think I want to, I'll just have this one open. Switch out this tapestry, because Rohirric stuff is nice, but I want this to be a cozy, hobbity space. So we'll start with this one, and then as I get more paintings, I'll add more stuff in here. So that one's cute. I like that. Okay, so we've got that there. And then, what do I got? Oh, I put that in the fire pit. Oh, no, that is the fire pit. I wish the fire pit hook was a square like this. Wouldn't that be great? Because as it is right now, it's really hard to do things through it. Anyway, there's me complaining again. What's this long Anorian bench like? Oh, I see. And the curved one? Yeah. All right. That's kind of cool. What about the table? All right, the coffee table's cute. That might be nice to put in the middle and put furniture around it. So maybe we'll see, how does that look? I think, do I want it longwise or do I want it, oops, take it away. I have to decide if I like it longwise or do I want to turn it. I think it's gonna look better turned. I think functionally, like if I were actually sitting at it, it would be better the other way, but I think from a visual perspective, it's gonna look better this way. All right, so we'll do that. Cool, that coffee table ain't bad, actually. That's a Umbari coffee table, even. And then, yeah, it matches the painting that way, says Aaron Bart. Yeah, that's true, that's true. So now I also got this harmonious falcon perch. Is it interactive? Let's find out. Nope, this object does nothing. Okay. Okay, so interesting. I think it's not what I want in this room. I don't know what I want in that spot. Actually, I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want is I want to put furniture in here. So I think whatever hooks are not currently in use, we're gonna save those for like the Gammer furniture. That's what I want to do here. That's awesome. Okay, cool. We're good there. So those hooks are just going to wait. Oh, hey, Aaron, I was going to show you what I did with those floors that we were talking about earlier. So if I go, so I've left this part of my house. So the second door is over here, and I've left this part of my house all done up in the Yule stuff. So this is the ruined elf dais floor. So you can see it's got kind of like swirls and stuff in it, but it's also kind of messy looking. But it's a floor thing, so it doesn't go all the way to the wall. It's almost like, I mean, it functions kind of like a rug, but just really big. And then this is the flooring that I have in here, is this one. And then I put a pair of the pristine versions, which are more shiny. You see how shiny they are. And so I have those in here. So I have those, and I have 2 of them, because you get 2 of each. And I put them, like, basically butted up together. So I think the seam, yeah, the seam is right here. You could just barely see it if you're looking for it. And in fact, I didn't actually get that lined up perfect. I can fix that later. But normally you just don't even notice, like, especially if you're standing over here, you wouldn't even see it. So those are the floors that you get with that sequence. So I'll pop back out here and I'll show you I think you saw, right, the other thing? But I have the other dirty floor, ruined floor, however it is. I have that also here. Okay, so I have that giant pavilion here, and I have the statues just kind of dotted around. And then I went ahead and put the ruined floor there, and so it looks kind of cool because it's like it's got the grass growing over it and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun. I could put it inside, actually. That might match better, but I kind of like the idea of it's just kind of out here. I'll probably play with that and move it around at some point, but yeah, I like the grass growing over it. That's kind of fun. Yeah, definitely shinier. The one in the Hall of Fire in the last Homely House is actually mirror-like. These, yeah, okay, that's fair. These aren't quite as shiny as that, but they are pretty shiny. Do you know, I think the hawk would go good here, but my other house is where I've been putting the animals. You know what though? I don't think the hawk fits the theme as well over there. Let me see if I can find a place. I think, you know what? A hawk reminds me more of elves anyway. Let me see if there's a hook out here that I haven't used. Let's see, what we got? I used that one. Oh, that's one of the statues. Okay, what about this one? Okay, there we go. So we'll put the falcon perch out here and maybe scoot it further into the yard. Maybe put it by the statues. Doesn't seem so bad. Okay. So there we go. We've got a little falcon perch out here. Yeah, I think that'll do for that for the moment. I just had a thought of something I wanted to do. Oh, I know what I was thinking about doing. Oh, but hang on. Let's look at this falcon again. I think I want to turn it, actually. So hang on a second. No, not you. I want you. It's so funny how it makes me go over it to it. I want to turn it. Yeah, there we go. So he can fly away if he wants to. Okay. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Right, Cato? Yeah. She agrees. In her sleeping. So a thought I had was I need to claim the stuff off of that reward track. And what's going to happen is it's going to fill up my inventory. Oh, speaking of filling up my inventory, let's get this housing stuff moved over. I need another housing carryall. I only have one here, and I need a second one. I may have a carryall selection box that I haven't opened. Actually, I should look for that. There it is. Because we bought Corsairs of Umbar, and it has a carryall selection box. I really could use another housing one, so we're going to do that. Okay. Because then, here's a fun thing you can do. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to set it to auto. So auto gather. And then, let me get rid of that word. I'm going to go down to my housing bucket and start pulling stuff out. And it automatically slurps it in, which is really handy. At some point I might like kind of separate out what's in one housing carry-on, what's in the other carry-on, and kind of make that a little bit easier to tell, but yeah, not for now. So this one was a gold winter gift. This one's the pet donkey. That one's a pet donkey. And this one is a silver Hobbit gift of Yule Past. But I think I'm fine with not worrying about that right now. All right, so we're going to pop that in there. And then this was a token for crafting. I'm just going to throw it with my scholar. Crafting and crafting, because that's how I don't deal with it. Anyway, so it's going to fill up my inventory when I get started on this. And my inventory for Rosenbloom is not empty. So I had a thought. Let's see if I can do this with this other character. So basically, in order to pull stuff off of that reward track, you have to have access to the reward track. And to have access to the reward track, you have to have gotten your legendary items. So I have done that with Rosenbloom, and I've done that with Adamantia. I think I've done it with Narna, and that's my my high elf on this server. Yeah, I have 4 hobbits and 1 high elf. Okay, technically one's a river hobbit. So 3 hobbits, 1 river hobbit, and 1 high elf. So anyway, I'm going to check on Narna and see if she's got room to hold a bunch of this stuff. And if that's the case, then I'll have her pull all the stuff off, and then we'll figure out what to do with all the pieces. Because basically, when you're pulling stuff off the reward track, there's a handful of different types of things it's going to give you. So sorry, it takes so long to log out with a character that you've done a lot with. Because basically it's writing all the stuff to the file of that character. So when you have a character that's like your completionist character, it's going to take a little longer to load and unload. So just kind of how it goes. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this anyway. So I might as well share with you all on stream. Especially since B4 is not streaming tonight, as I mentioned earlier, but if you missed that, yeah, so B4 is not streaming tonight. So I will be the end of the evening for now, but I believe Manandler, is that the right name, is streaming later. Oh, I may have gotten the name wrong. Okay. Our other streamer on Tuesdays. We have another streamer on Tuesdays, and he is doing like a run through Moria? What's the name of his stream? Man, I've just forgotten everything. Where's the thing? Here we go. Tuesdays. Oh, Meilung. Adventuring Back to Rohan with Meilung. And that's at 9 o'clock server time. So that's in the evening for those of you in the US and in the middle of the night for those of us in Europe. But that's okay. All right, so does she have access to the track? Yes. Excellent. So the next thing, oh, cool. Fool, that's my title. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. The reason I have that title is because I ran through the Ettenmoors as a chicken last April Fool's Day. So that's a thing that's going to happen again this April Fool's, that you can play as a chicken and run through the Ettenmoors, and if you make it, well, last year if you made it through, you got a title Fool. I don't know what the things are for this year. Okay, so I want to go to, let's go to Floodside Road, to my house there. And the reason I'm popping over there is because I want to get my Wenda sorted out. I want to talk to Wenda. But also, what? Oh, man. We got the loading bug. All right, we'll come back. Oh, no, it's starting to load in. Okay, cool. So, let me just pop off. Oh, yeah, you can tell I was a Mori. I was on a goat. I don't know if you've seen what I did here, Aaron Bird. So I've got the skiff that you can get. That's a dock master's skiff. So for those of you who haven't seen this, it's like a staple master, but for the docks that have been added throughout Middle-earth. So, yeah, there's Buckland. There's one at King's Crossing. Lothlorien. Where else? This character hasn't been to any of those. Then Halrax and Umbar, Barhabel. So that's really cool. So I've got a dockmaster in my yard, which is pretty neat. And then I have the ingredient crates here. Also, they look like they're in the boat, which I have fun with. So that's on the Laurelin server. It is open. So if anybody has an interest to get those things, feel free to pop by my house. You're welcome to it. Where did I get the boat? Back in Umbar, Baharbel, there's a quartermaster. You have to have a certain amount of reputation with whatever the local faction is. I can't remember the name. But you have to have a certain amount of reputation, and then it'll cost 3 housing writs. So it is unusual in that regard.
Would you do something for me?
And you have the option between the male version and the female version.
How can I be of service?
So what I'm doing here is I've just talked to Wenda Cranesbill because I am a VIP subscriber. So I'm able to talk to her and get this benefit that she has, which is a subscriber's jug, which gives me the subscriber buffs, which is accelerates my crafting time, and it prevents item wear from things like combat, crafting, and defeat. So I don't take any damage to my my items. And then the other thing I really want is the subscriber town services. So I just go ahead and drop a copy of that here. Because then anytime I have stuff I want to put into my shared storage or get out of my shared storage, I can open that and just do that rather than needing to go find a vault master or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to look at this. We're going to figure out where I got to of the last stuff that I've claimed. Uh-oh. Claimed. Where's the crossover? Here it is. Okay, level 38. Actually, so we could go ahead and look at my inventory and I'll show you how this looks. So I'm going to go ahead and start claiming these across. And claim. There will be a pattern to the things that we open or that I've received. I'll show you here in a second. But I'm just going to keep going across. And yes, I do really wish there was a claim hall. Oh, I got to level 50. That gives me a legendary coffer of the young moose. So that will get passed over. I'll just go ahead and set that aside because I'm going to be passing that over to Rosenbloom. She is my completionist character on the server now, so all the good stuff goes to her. So yeah, actually, Erenbard, I popped over to the Umbar area, got the reputation from just doing some quests real quick. Maybe not real quick, but we did some quests, and then I got the reputation. And that, once I had that, then I had some housing writs I had set aside specifically for this purpose, and then I went and bought that skiff. So yeah, but like I said, it costs 3 housing writs. So it's definitely worth getting a pair of those when they're on sale. Oh, 75 is the legendary coffer of the Frost Tusk Youngling. So that's a cosmetic pet, so I'm setting that aside. Erenbard asks, you have to be high level for Umbar. I suppose that's probably true. It is like a 140 area. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair point. Okay, so now I've claimed all the boxes. Okay, that's convenient. So, let me just open up again. What I have here are some sealed traceries. So you can see that I have a tracery. So all of these are going to be traceries. And then we have Enhancement Runes. So you see they came in Enhancement Runes. We got all of those. What else did we get? We got an Incomparable Coffer of Craft, which is a Shattered Tracery token and a Word of Craft recipe selection box. So we're just not even going to deal with that right now. And then we got Ancient Script. So the Ancient Script, oh, maybe that's not the right, let's see. Yeah, here we go. These are the Ancient Scripts. An Ancient Script is the currency you use to buy the traceries for your legendary item if you don't get what you're looking for out of one of those boxes. So currently my Ancient Script is at 7,910. So I do have a little bit of room to be able to deconstruct things and to be able to open these boxes of legendary script. So actually, maybe we'll do that first. This is a 200. Yeah, okay. Well, what have you got? It's easier to do the 50s first because there's not as much. 200, 200. That's a 600. Looks like I've thrown a bunch of this stuff on her before. 600. Yeah, okay. So, looks like I don't have any 50s. That's 200. That's 200. Those are going to fill up really fast, isn't it? 200, 200. Because it caps out at 10,000. So if I get to 10,000, then I'm out of luck. And 200. Okay. Well, there's that. So we won't be opening any more of those, which luckily we don't have any more. Let's go ahead and do the enhancement runes because those stack, which is great. So we've got the purple version and we've got the blue, more blue, blue. That's great. These are just stacking up. Here's yellow. Yellows are legendary. Sorry, that's gold, not yellow. Yellow is crap. Gold is good. I wish they'd chosen different colors. But there's only so many colors out there, so I get it. Like choosing things is hard. Okay, so and we're gonna close that because we don't care anymore about ancient script. We're done. I have in my shared storage under my LI box of stuff, enhancement runes. So I should be able to drag these in and they would stack, yeah, with any others that I already have of that level. So that's cool. Okay, what do we got here? Sealed chest of embers and figments. How am I doing on embers and figments? Because if you go over, you're just out of luck. Embers, I'm at 9,250, so that's a little close. And figments, we're at 3,800. Okay. So I could go and convert some of those over. Let's drop a few more things into her storage. So these selection boxes I'm not prepared to deal with. So we're going to drop those away. Tracery token, that's not bad. We can do that. So we can open the tracery tokens. So there's 2 of those because those are bound to account, not character. So that's handy. All right, so put that in LI stuff. Cool. What else we got here? We have a sealed tracery. Okay, so what's the deal with these? Is these are the actual traceries. And these are the purple ones. Purple is not really worth your time, in my opinion. So, oh yeah, let me get out of the tacky box there. So for example, let's look at my legendary item. Wow, my legendary item's so little. He's so cute. What I have in there is, wow, I do have a level 20. So that's the purple. Is it disenchants into 20 ancient script? The purple is the lowest. No, yeah, it is. Sorry, I thought yellow was lowest, but purple's the lowest, right? No, that must be yellow. There it is. It is yellow. Heraldry of the Eagle is in yellow letters. So the yellow is the lowest, and then purple, which gives you 40 ancient script, and then the blue, which gives you 60 ancient script if you disenchant it, and then the gold, which gives you 80. But gold is the best one. To get a gold tracery, though, you have to have those tracery tokens that I was just doing. And there's 2 kinds. There's basically good and best. So the good ones will get you a blue tracery, but the best will get you a gold tracery, and those are hard to come by. So anything that you have on, like, see the 60, that's good. I must have spent a token to get that, or I opened a box and got it. There's a 60, there's a 60, there's a 60. So any of those things that are purple, where it says sealed tracery rare, and it's in purple, I know that that's not a good one. So I can, in theory, let me go ahead and open up my thing again. No, not pigments. I need to know my ancient script again. So I can open up the purples because I'm just going to trash them, basically. As long as I've got room for that in my ancient script. Sealed tracery. Okay. Cool. The incomparables, the blue ones, I'm actually going to set those aside and not deal with those right now. Cool. And then I'm going to take my Flame of Alcalamir. And then I'm going to disenchant these little guys. Because, like I said, they're only 20s. Nobody wants them. There we go. They're gone. Actually, those are 40s. Whatever. Oh, B4. Yes, that sounds great. That sounds awesome. You'll have to do that for us, though. Please, honey. So. Pomela says good and best is a good way to describe the LI system. I know they have names and stuff, but I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? Is, yeah, good and best. Okay, so now what I could do is, for example, I could take this character off to Neverland or Lothlorien, Rivendell, and try to replace some of these 20s with 40s, which wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, because that would use up some of that ancient script. So maybe I'll do that. So let's have a quick moment. Let's take a look. Do I have quick transit to the place where I need to go for that? I do not. But as we saw a moment ago in my shared storage, I just put travel skill, right? A map. There we go. Maps to the Tracery Archive. Well, I just want one. But isn't that going to be convenient? Just give me one. See for play. Fast leave. Donkey Val. Okay. So there we go. We're going to just fly away. Pamela asks, is that Szechuan before? No, it's Chinese with a little bit of an Indonesian flair and for the Dutch palate. But it's tasty and they have gluten-free things. So that's really the important part of it all. Okay, so here's the room of traceries, the Word-hoard of... What is the name of this place? Word-hoard of Gobetham. It's a mouthful. But basically, the idea is that this is the place where you get your traceries. This is the place where you can buy new traceries. So let me put names back on. So I am... What am I? Am I a hunter? No. I'm a minstrel. Hello, minstrel. So I want to look at the, actually, no, wait, what is it I needed to fix? Not a minstrel thing, was it? It was, it was the heraldry of the eagle. That looks sad, doesn't it? So let's fix that. So we need to look at our heraldries, which is a heraldic tracery. So we're looking for the heraldic traceries, which are back here in this little side room. So the heraldic things are here, the word of craft are here, and the word of power are here. And then the ones that are specific to your class are out here in this main room with this double, all the tall stuff. So you want to go into the side room for these things that are for those ones that are not class specific, basically. So there's the 4 different categories, if you didn't catch that. So one was the heraldic, one is word of craft, one is word of power, and then one is class specific, which is called word of mastery. Aaron Bard asks, where do those LI maps drop? I got those, they didn't drop. It was from something. It was from a purchase. You know what I think it was? I think it was when I used the Valar token and I Valared the character. I think it provided me with those so that I could get here and fix my stuff. I think that's where that came from. Yes, Tolerian says Valar package. Yeah, so, yeah, and so the funny thing is because I love buying the expansions when they come out, a lot of times there's stuff in the expansion that I don't need, like Valar tokens. So I just tuck them aside. And so that came in handy when I decided to Valar Rosenbloom on this. Oh, and Telerian points out you can barter for those travel maps here in the archive. So let me show you real quick. She's actually got a couple of handy things over here. So the legendary item, oops, not the forge. Sorry, I just want to barter with you. Thank you very much. So this is where you can purchase the new allies. And you're like, well, why would I want to do that? I get them through questing. Well, if you were in the old legendary item track, you don't have the new ones necessarily. So you might need to come here and purchase new ones. Also, you may decide that you want to have two sets. For example, as a minstrel, Affadil has a DPS set of legendary items, but then we also have for Affadil a set of healing legendary items. So when we're in like a 6-person group and we're doing raids or instances, missions, whatever, not missions, those are 1 or 2 people, but yeah, going off and doing things, big battles, all of that sort of stuff. She can switch over to the healing set because we have enough people to cover the DPS and the healing is needed. So it's, so that might be something else also worth considering, is if you want to have a second set. So you can come here and you can, check out all these different legendary items that you could potentially purchase. You can also just do the drop down and you can go directly to your specific class. So like I might just look at the minstrel ones and be like, cool. Like, maybe I want to get a sword or a mace or dagger, whatever. Yeah, so I can do that there. Then at the bottom, let's see, is there anything else? No. Okay, so it's at the bottom, the scrolls and enhancement runes. Here you can buy a map to the Tracery archive for 200 of these ancient script. You could get a Tracery reclamation scroll for 500. Let's see, why does it say I can't buy that? Oh, I can buy a Tracery token with a shattered Athelian tracery. Okay. So if you had some of those shattered traceries, you have the possibility to get a token from there. These enhancement runes that I was stacking, you can buy this version, which is the yellow. I think that's the yellow one. And they have the different levels, so level 50, 86, 101, and so forth. Yeah, so that's what I want to show you. So yeah, so the Tracery archive map, you can buy extras there. And then what I have been doing is buying up a bunch of these enhancement runes and just making a stack of them when I have a bunch of extra ancient scripts. So that's another option you can do. So yeah, thanks to Larian for reminding us that you can buy a map here in the archive. Makes it really convenient for being able to get back. Okay, so I want to switch out this eagle thing. And I'm a level 57. So the best I'm going to get is level 50. So hang on just a second. Oh, okay. Cool. I just realized I could open that. I just opened up WhatsApp on my computer. Okay, so I want a level 50, which is this whole first couple pages. And, oh, you're a little button. You're cute as a button, that's what you are. And I want the best I can get with what I have. Now let's check my storage though. This is the process I go through. Because if I can rustle up one of these tracery tokens, so it's Shattered Khazad-dûm Tracery. Let me see. Well, that's not. Let's look at Shattered. I do have 2 Shattered Khazad-dûm Traceries. Well, let's go ahead and snag those. So now, I don't actually have to look at it. Now it knows that I have 2 of those in my inventory. So I could get, what is it I'm looking for? Eagle. Now the next one, the best, remember there's good and there's best. So best is this one. And I would need a cracked Khazad-dûm Tracery. Oh, did I have one of those? didn't actually look. Let's open my vault. No, it's a Rohirrim. I have a Shattered Rohirrim tracery. Okay, so that's not going to do me any good until I'm a few levels higher. But what I do have is this one. So let's find... I have the good one. Not the best, but I have the good one. So, you know, step 3 out of 4. That's cool. And we want to get a new eagle. So I'm going to click on this one. And you'll notice if I were to disenchant it, it's worth 60. And the current one I have is worth 20. So you can see why it's such a big difference. Oh, also, let me show you the difference here. Now, actually, that's not going to be an accurate representation. This Heraldry of the Eagle that I'm going to get is these stats. And the one I currently have is these stats. It changes the stats once you put it into the slot. Because remember those enhancement runes that I was showing you that I go and purchase sometimes, those things that I stacked? You can use those to enhance the level, see enhancement rune, enhance the level of the slot itself, which I have done. So by default, this Heraldry of the Eagle that I currently have was worth, to this level character and all of that, 24 will, 8 vitality, and 117 tactical mastery rating. But what I currently have, because I have enhanced that slot, that heraldry that I have in there, actually instead of 24 will is worth 30 will. And instead of 8 vitality, I'm getting 12. And instead of 117 tactical mastery, I'm getting 145. So already the slot is enhancing my stuff, which is great. Aaron Bard's question is, as a hunter, would you not want agility as opposed to will or might? Yes, but this is not a hunter. This is a minstrel. And I think minstrels do different things. Let's see. Agility increases your tactile mastery. Vitality, max morale. Yeah. As a minstrel, will increases your tactical mastery, critical rating, physical mitigation, tactical mitigation, resistance, block, and evade rating. So I think, yeah, that's the best. Yeah. So I think minstrels like will. So I want to get the one that has will involved. Yeah, I know, right? Aaron Bard says, oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I play hunters so much that having a minstrel, I don't even know where to start, right? I don't know. What does this thing do? Bang, 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 you know. Okay, so this Heraldry of the Eagle that I'm going to pick up instead, that's better. It has a base, instead of 24 will, it has a base of 30. Instead of a base of 11 vitality, or to 8 vitality, it has a base of 11. And instead of a base of 117 tactical, it has a base of 147 tactical. So we'll get to see how much better it is once I put it in the slot too, which will be nice. Okay, so Eagle. Bye. Now I am just going to straight up slot this thing in. What it's going to do, it says, are you sure you want to replace this with the other thing? The existing tracery will be destroyed. I'm fine with that. I don't have a need for this other thing, and I don't need the 20 ancient script it would provide to me. I think I'm real flush on, well, ancient script. So I'm going to say yes. You have doodlebobs, essence reclamation scrolls that you can do, or tracery reclamation scrolls, I should say. So if I was like, I want to take this off of here so I can give it to another character, or so I can move it to a different weapon. Like, I can do that using that. That's one of the few reasons you might do that. Otherwise, for me, I just overwrite it, let the other one get destroyed, and I just keep on walking. I don't worry about it. So, Pamela says, your minstrel's rocking out. It's not her fault. The orcs and brigands have no taste in music and would rather expire than listen to another note. It's like, was it Gorgon music from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Where their music would kill people. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. So we've taken care of that. That's better. This is a level, is already a blue. That's good. We're happy with that. This one is also blue. That's good. This one's blue. Great. Looking good, looking good. And another blue. Okay, so my sword is in good shape. Let's take a look at my book, my songbook. Okay, so, and to get to this, I opened my character screen and then I'm hovering over it, and then I hit Shift, double click. Vogon poetry. Thank you. That's what it was. Pamela there for the win. Thank you. Okay, so here's my songbook. And again, I have a Heraldry of the Eagle. Looks good. It's a blue. I spent a tracery to put that in there, apparently. Fantastic. We've got another blue. Awesome. This one's a purple. So that's where, this is not the exact equivalent, but remember when we were looking at these, we have a category of yellow here, and they cost 200. But to disenchant them, it's 20 ancient script. So that's in my mind. I don't really care how much they cost. It's kind of like, what do they disenchant to? That's how I can remember what the order of them is. So, okay, so we've got these kind of crappy yellows, right, down here at the bottom. And then we have these purples, which are, you know, step 2, getting better. They're okay. You know, level 2, we've leveled up a little bit. They just cost us straight up ancient script, in this case 600. All right, you know, we can work with that. We got plenty of ancient script. And then when you get into, you know, level 3, our blues, it's going to cost you 1200 ancient script. No problem, I got plenty. But it also costs you one of those Khazad-dûm traceries. And then if you want to, at this level, as I'm a level 50 character, right? And then if I want to go to the best one, you know, level 4, leveled up to the highest you can go, the gold ones, it'll cost me 2000 ancient script. Again, no big deal, got plenty. But it would also cost me a Khazad-dûm, a correct Khazad-dûm tracery, not the shattered Khazad-dûm tracery. The nice thing is the tracery, the words of it are the same color as what level it will buy you. So that's nice. So notice, like, if I'm looking at this shattered Khazad-dûm tracery, notice the words are blue. So it can also buy blue. It's good for blue things. If I had a cracked Khazad-dûm tracery, notice its words are yellow, or gold, because it allows me to buy the gold level ones. Okay, so they do try to help you out in that. I do appreciate that consistency across the levels of things. So back to my item, my legendary here. What do we have? We had a 60, 60, a 40. So the 40 is the highest I can get before I have to start spending these traceries. And the next one is also a 40, and then that one's a 60. So what I can do is I could spend this tracery that I have, could do, you know, it's not doing anything else, right? It's just sitting around, so that's a maybe. Another option is to pull out remember these, all these boxes I shoved into storage, some of them are blue. So I could pull out the blue ones, that's our step, you know, our level 3, right? And hope that one of them is the thing that I want to put on my weapon to replace the purple one. So that I do sometimes, excuse me, and especially these, because they're level 50, and my other characters, like Rosenbloom is level 150, so she's not using these level 50s. Like, they're just sitting here rotting. So I might do that. The only thing is my ancient script is up to 8510. So I've only got like 1500 space available. Oh yeah, sorry. I just noticed Egg Arthur and Aaron Bard also said Volgun poetry. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Anyway, so I could pull those out, see if I get the stuff to replace the purples. Not a bad thing. And then disenchant the things that I don't keep. They're going to disenchant for 60. So, you know, might run out of space, but, you know, it's an option. So that's usually what I do first before I spend the traceries, is I open the boxes and see if I get anything that's worth it. So yeah, you know, let's go ahead and go through that process. So I'm going to pull out these blues. Oops, no purples. Purple bad. Purple bad. All right, blue, 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 and blue. Oh, and one more. Okay, so cool, we got all those. Now, let's see what we get. Now, oh yeah, I wanted to go back to my screen here because I did close that. So shift, double click. So ideally, because, okay, so what I did is, I don't know what traceries are perfect to put on a minstrel. I have ideas, but like I tend to go over and check somebody else's work, basically. So there's a website out there, lotrohq.com, I believe it is. Let me pull up the link to make sure. So lotrohq.com, yeah. And then builds is basically, well, here, I'll just give you all the link. Link is easy to do. Here you go. So I just go to that website, and I find that the most helpful way to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? You know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it just lets me to kind of, like, it takes the thinking away from me. I let somebody else do the thinking. Now, you may find that the things that they suggest over there on Lotro HQ are not exactly what you want. It's not like set in stone. You do you, man. You do what makes you happy. You don't have to follow any of that. It's just what other people who, for whatever reason, maybe they've played a whole bunch of that character, maybe they have very strong opinions, whatever, have kind of like provided that information over to the Lotro HQ folks. Okay, so do what makes sense for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open these and let's see what we get. Oh, how funny. That is a serpent. Cool. I don't feel bad. I don't want it. That's an ox. That's really funny. Okay, we'll keep pulling these open and see where we get. So now it's going to open ones that are generic. It's going to give me either generic things like the heraldry ones, or it's going to give me, if it opens something that's class specific, it's going to be class specific to the character who is opening the box. So these ones that it gave me, where it gave me the these minstrel ones, it's because they're giving me stuff that is minstrel specific. Erebani says, to be honest, there's not much variety, if any, in the LI system. So yeah, so I mean, well, you've got like the options between the different heraldries in terms of what ability, or yeah, what it gives you, like agility, vitality, will, fate, those sorts of things. So you know, though that one you kind of want to find the thing that fits best with your class, stuff like that. So, hey, Nolan23 has just popped into the chat. Says, hi, I'm new here. Aaron Bard says, welcome. So also welcome, Nolan23. Says, I'm from Argentina. What server is for me? So I would say, well, let's see. First of all, off the top of my head, I don't know where most people gather from specific countries, but I can tell you that the servers that the servers, yeah, Arkenstone. Everybody says Arkenstone is a good choice. The servers themselves used to be physically separated. There was a handful of them that were in Europe, and there's a handful that were in North America, in the United States. They now physically exist in the same space, but the coding between them is still slightly different. So they are known as EU and North American servers. They are known as kind of separate, or US, North America, I like that. So yeah, so that's the question. Egg Arthur says, would there be more Spanish speakers on a US server or on an EU server? If you want to be in, yeah, so right, so yeah, great, awesome. You guys are getting some great answers in here. So because Nolan asks for maybe some, you know, a Hispanic server. So technically all the servers are language free. Like you could do whatever language you want on those. In general, there are 3 servers though that do have language specificity, which we talked about earlier. But Cyranon is French, and then Guayher and Belaguer are German. So you probably wouldn't want to choose either of those. Nolan says, I prefer US server for the ping. Well, Nolan, it doesn't matter for the ping because they're all physically located in the same place now. They're all in the Boston area. All the servers are. It just, they have that separate coding. So people will call them EU or US servers, but that's basically all the difference between them. Yeah, so, or New Jersey, says Egg Arthur. Okay, they're all in the New Jersey area. So if you're looking for Spanish speaking, yeah, I don't actually know for sure because, so if you're in the US time zone, you're going to get people who are also from like, South America and Central America. So you're going to get some Spanish speaking there in Mexico, North America. So you might catch people there. On the other hand, if you're on an EU server, you might get people from Spain and other places. Yeah, Nolan says, which server has the most people since the ping does not matter? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Arkenstone, as Erebani did say before, I think, yeah. And there we go, thank you. Egg Arthur believes that Arkenstone on the US server side and Evernight on the EU server side are the ones with the most people. So you're probably most likely to find people on one of those that will, that will be able to, because what will happen is you'll want to look for a kinship. That's what like a guild of people is called. Some people call it guilds, but in Lotro, guild is for crafting and kinship is for people. So you'll want to, Nolan says, I'll be here. I like the stream. Well, thank you very much. So you'll want to find a kinship to help you out. That's really handy. And I would, once you're on and you've played for a little bit of time, you're able to post in the world chat tab. And you'll want to probably post there something like, hey, I'm looking for a Spanish speaking or Hispanic, however, whichever is most important to you, kinship. And then hopefully people will be able to jump in and help you out and help you find somebody. So yeah, good luck with that. Aaron Bard was asking ping. What is ping? It's about, technically, I don't know the right words, but basically it's like how long does data take to go back and forth. So, yeah. So, Erebani says Evernight is the biggest server. Arkenstone is the second, and Brandywine is the third. But I would not recommend going on Brandy. I am with you on that. I do not recommend Brandywine either. Yeah. There, Agatha has another good. Ping is a utility that is used to measure network latency. So, yeah, the lag, internet connection, the ding ding. Like when you say, "Hey," how long does it take for that echo to come back to you? You can kind of think of it that way. So, okay, so did I find anything that is better than what I have? I mean, yes, but what I have is Call of the Second Age damage, and I have Piercing Cry damage, and I don't think I got that from either of these. I did not. Now, here's where I get into my problems, because I don't know off the top of my head, as we've said, what stuff I might want later. Like if this character levels up, if she gets to level 86, I think maybe even before that, I will open up more slots in my legendary item. So there may be other things that I want to put on this legendary item. So that's where I need to go then over to that website that I mentioned, and I'm just going to look at what they said. And what I'll do is then the stuff that is like, oh yes, I want to put that on my legendary item later, I will keep it. And I've actually got an attack bucket and I have a healing bucket. Because, and Call of the Second Age damage is there. Is that one of these? Oh, it's Call of Aurora or Ome and Piercing Cry. No, neither of these are that. I'm going to go look. I'm just going to look at the website and see whatever. Pamela asks, is Brandy very laggy? And Erebani says, no more than any other server, I believe. No, I just found the culture there was not to my liking. Nolan23 says, I'm a big fan of this trilogy. I didn't know this game existed. I'm eager to try it. Well, that's fantastic. Nolan, the Lotro community is very welcoming in general. Occasionally you'll find a pocket of people being jerks, or what I find is once the US servers once the US gets into evening time, the quota of jerkiness kind of goes up a little bit. But in general, most servers, people will kind of say, hey, stop being like that. You know, that's not how we are. So, yeah, so most servers, you're going to find like really good people. Like I said, occasionally world chat can get a little wacky or gets a little toxic or off the rails. But that is unusual. That is not the norm, and that's what makes me really happy. When it gets like that, I just ignore it for a little while, let it go, and come back and check out the world chat later on. Generally, world chat is fantastic. You can be like, hey, I don't remember how to not stub my toe. Can somebody remind me how to do that? And people will be like, oh yeah, here's what you do. You know, you're not going to run into everybody going, why don't you know that? Duh. No, it's no big deal. Like, there are so many things you can do in Lotro and so many different ways to be able to figure something out, how to make something work, how to change various things, like in the way you look at stuff or the way you interact with your keyboard or your mouse. Like, there's so many different options of things you can do. There's no way anybody can know everything. So there are no dumb questions when it comes to Lotro. And if somebody gives you a hard time, just ignore them because they're an outlier, basically. So the Lotro community is fantastic. All of the streamers here on this channel, almost everybody here are just players. We're not employees of SSG or anything like that. We're just having a good time. And all of us are happy to answer any sort of question, beginner question, endgame question, whatever, like everything in between. The greatest thing I love about Lotro is that it is very much about the journey and not the destination. So you just take your time, enjoy, have fun, explore where you want to explore. If you want to follow the main storyline, follow that. If you want to wander off and go do something else, go do that. If you want to spend hours upon hours just hanging out in the Shire, you can totally do that. Like, you've got so many different options in this game. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. So, so yeah, there we go. So I think that pretty much covers everything I was going to cover today and more. So I think I am going to work on signing off here, kids. Just a reminder that B4 is not streaming tonight, but at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, U.S. Eastern Time, we do have Melung coming back in with their questing across the to Rohan. So come back for that. And then I will be back next Tuesday as usual. And I believe B4 will be back like normal also. And hopefully our sweet girl will be doing her cuteness again next week as she often does off camera. So I'm really glad she was able to do that for you guys on camera as well today. So awesome. Oh, Pamela says, I enjoy the way Maelang tells the story. Awesome. Yes. Lost Shire says, thanks for the stream. And Aaron Bard says, and cat content. Yeah, glad they have you all here. Good luck with everything as you're working your way through Middle Earth. And I will see you next week when we can do this all again together. And in the meantime, as I say, stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart, all right? Take care of each other, take care of yourself, and have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye, everybody.